Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Orla Live for Thursday, the 17th of July, 2025. My name is Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Orla Donohoe in the next few minutes. But yeah, we have a packed sort of show tonight with different stuff. I've Gavin Pepper talking about a few things. We've Tracy O'Mahony talking about the bill that's been passed. And we also have talk about the shots again. Catherine Connolly. Drogheda, we have a few different things to talk about. And Eva Vladenberg, you know that girl, she's Dutch, she's a very good girl, I have to say. I'll go through a few of the banners here first. So you can get us on WhatsApp there on 089 203 1521. That's 089 203 1521. You can also watch live on Fitzsidub on X, at Anthony L. Casey and at Rugamorph27. Ireland Force 123, Paul Fitzsimons on Facebook and www.theirishchannel.com/live. I'll go through a few of these here now. All good, Chris Bourne. Hello, let's see. Evening, everyone. Got a tub of ice cream ready. Fair play to you, yeah. And popcorn we need for this. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background as well. I'm not going to talk about it tonight. I think Sunday night will be the show for that, I think. Or I might talk about it in a while. We'll see. I'm waiting for someone to get on to me there now. But there's a lot of development going on in behind the scenes with the talk. So not good developments either, I might add. Not for us in any way. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone? Ballymena again. What the fuck? Yeah, I seen that video there. I'll play that now in a while, probably. Gar, how are you, Gar? How are you, buddy? All good. Good evening. I wonder did I send Orla on that? I think I did. Yes, I did. Of course I did. She's seen it as well, so she'll come on in a few minutes. Yeah, the Dutch one. She's really let fond of she really let fond of lying habit the other day. Oh, von der Leyen. Sorry, fond her lying. Looking good this evening, Paul. Michael John will be well impressed. Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. Share this out everywhere. Hi, Fitzer. How are you? Yeah, share it everywhere, lads. Well done to everyone who attended the homeless rally. Mr. Tom is a true gentleman. Yeah, I'd say that's Tom McDonald you're talking about. He is a good guy. He is a good guy. I have to say, I like Tom. But it was great to see you there yesterday, Adele, as well. And we spoke about a few different things yesterday, didn't we? About how easy it was, or how it wasn't so easy for us to get to the doll there yesterday, the whole lot. So, listen, there are things we need to talk about. Hi, Paul and Orla. Hi, how are you? Evening, all. In Spain, 70-year-old girl with 95% born. See British stand upload YouTube. Yeah, tourists are worried about Ireland, not just Spain. Tourists are worried about everything. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to just play one little video there. Is it there? Alicante it was, wasn't it? Let me just see if I got it there. This is a beach in Alicante. I have got it there. I'll just pull it down here for a sec. Yeah, and then we have... Oh, here she is now. Good evening. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. How's everything with you? I was told to stop messing with my ears and the whole lot tonight. You know what I mean? So
no, I was just sharing just the show on Facebook.
I didn't. I forgot to share it out. I did forget to share it out, so I will share it out now in a minute. I only actually got it together at about 8 o'clock, so I was doing a few things today. I met with Gavin as well today, and I was out for the morning. And
very good.
Yeah, so I'm just going to play this here, right? I've been on this beach in Alicante. They're talking about Spain gone really bad. Like, you know what I mean? There's a 17-year-old girl after being burnt by a migrant. Only in the country 2 months, 95% burns. She's only a child, like, you know what I mean? And, but how bad Spain has got. We've seen the mosques burning.
We've seen the videos,
beach. I was on this beach in 2019, 6 years ago, and it was one of the most beautifulest beach in Alicante. But just watch this now.
Okay.
So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye,
That is just horrific, isn't it? I know it's only a beach. I know
No,
there's no one
that is
dead or anything.
absolutely horrendous.
It's horrific, isn't it? It
Not
really
at
is.
the
Like,
amount
you know,
of litter.
it's disgraceful, isn't it?
Jesus
It's
Christ.
listen. Because you sent over a good few stuff this evening there. This Muslim cleric is not good. Sure, he's not. I'll go with him in a while. But let's go through the comments. Paul, I missed you guys yesterday. Dub 420. I missed you guys. I went over for an hour yesterday, but told only 150, 200 showed up. I didn't actually, very funny what happened. I didn't get in there till about 2:30. And I was on the bus. I actually parked in Blanchardstown and got the bus in. It was easier for me. I was going to head off somewhere else afterwards. I had to be somewhere else after. But I got the bus in, and as I'm coming down the quays, I could see them going across O'Connell Bridge. So the bus sort of came around behind them, and they went walking up the Lear Street. So I got off the bus and I started walking up. I said, "Sure, I'll try and get to the Dáil myself." So I walked up the opposite way to them. They went up Grafton Street, and I went up the side of Kildare Street to the Dáil, you know. And I got through. The copper says to me, he says, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going up to the museum." Oh, he said, "Okay, go ahead." So I walked up it anyway, and I was there. And I'm standing in the middle of the thing on the phone to Anthony, and I said, "Look where I am." I'm holding the camera up, and he says, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm right outside the door. Look, nobody has come near me the whole lot." Next thing I heard on the radio, "That's Paul Fitzsimons standing at them gates. Get him out of there now." Right? Next thing, 3 coppers just appeared beside me. He says, "Right, out of here." I said, "Why am I getting moved?" He says, "You know fucking well why you were getting moved. Now get out of here now." And he just ran me out of the
I
place. Yeah,
believe who you
it's
were.
very funny. Yeah, I was right outside. Yeah, right outside I was. Yeah, yeah.
Gas.
Well, I wasn't outside, but I wasn't outside for too long. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. But listen, it is what it is. But comments are flying in here. Spain is overrun with migrants. People are everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid in a pub. Silva in a. I actually went into the pub and I met Pat. Pat was in the toilet. I just seen the shit in the Dina jacket. I ran in to go to the toilet,
Oh,
you know,
Pat
and I said,
Casey.
yeah. I said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, all right, Pat." "Oh, Paul, what's the story?" I said, "You're having a point." He said, "I might have one now, seeing as though you came in." I said, "No." I said, "I want to get off." I said, "Yeah, here, good.
Hey, Liz.
Invite the third world, become the third world." You're dead right. Yeah, it's only a beach. Yeah, it's not only a beach. You know what I mean? It's our own beaches are the same. You know what I mean? It's in Alicante. As I said, I was on that beach with the kids 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 2019, 6 years ago, and it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's disaster with beach Spain. I think Alicante. It was. That's where it was. Alicante.
And then you think about the impact that's going to have on tourism and things like that. Like, why would you want to go somewhere that's filthy dirty? You're not.
But look, our own beaches are the same. They closed Borough Beach here last week because of it, because of the dirt and filth that was down there. Like there was food and shit everywhere. Like it was horrendous. Like if you're gonna bring food and do barbecues and all that, bring your shit with you. Take it away with you. Like you know what I mean? It's disgraceful. The same up in Powers Court there on Sunday. I heard friends of mine were up in Powers Court, and he said it was horrendous up there. The amount of shit, people burning things, and listen.
But I was only in Tremor there a couple of weeks ago, and like literally 2 weeks ago, and I have to say the beach was spotless. There wasn't.
Some of the
there wasn't
beaches
anything
are,
there.
you know, but it depends on who's frequenting them, who's going to them. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. 420 there. Walk up there last night, and to see did anyone need a phone charge. Yeah, fair play. There was a few up there. There was about 20, wasn't there? Yeah, Martin stayed there the whole lot. Better spots on the
He did,
Liffey.
yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. I
Paul,
think
you're famous.
he might pop on the show later on.
Paul, you're famous. Can I have your autograph? Yeah, no problem. I'll send it on to you. Signed picture.
He'll send you a prison letter.
Yeah. Not only a beach anymore. Yeah. Big Irish and British expat community in Donohoe, about an hour from Alicante. Homes are not selling due to the current violence from North African men. Yeah, I know. It's Alicante. Yeah. Islam, was it? That was a good one the other night. Why didn't he get done? Because it was Islam. Yeah. The training camp for the guards Philip Dwyer showed last week was definitely for the sleep out. They were very heavy-handed. Why so easy going to Michelle Keynes? Went to the gate. People were talking about this yesterday. I'm being honest with you now. And listen, Michelle, you can say what you want. Like this is what people are saying. You know what I mean? I even taught myself yesterday when I got there. How have the guards been so heavy-handed with us here today? and they were able to walk in. They had 3 or 4 times more the people than we had yesterday. You know what I mean? They had, you know what I mean? And it was just too easy last week, you know what I mean? And people were asking the questions. So if anyone has the answers, I'd like to know what the answers were, you know what I mean? I saw the 4 guards on top of your boy, female guard, laughing. Well, I'm going to just show, I actually have a video there that was sent in to me. And this guy, I know, this guy is from Ballymun that they did this to. And he is, listen, this is Mousie's video. So fair play to Mousy for doing this video, Derek Mousy, right? So I'm just going to play this. Okay, I'm going to just share this because it has to be shared. This is what happened. This is the difference between the tactics they have for lefties and the tactics they have for yeah, hang on. There it is. There. Okay, I'm just going to play this here, right? But this is the guy. You'll see this now. 2 lefties come over and sprayed water over thing, and the guards come over and start questioning this guy. He's from Ballymun. I think Trevor is his name. Trevor. I don't know what his name is, but I do know him from the protests. And he told the copper to fuck off because he said, "What are you doing this to me for? Fuck off, will you?" And he went to walk away, and boom. Watch what happens. Watch what happens here. This is horrendous.
The ward was arrested, kept in custody, beaten by the Gestapo because he tried to save lives in Ireland.
Oh, God.
Look at this. The police brutalities. Look at it. Look at Face Canada. Leave alone. Leave alone.
Leave alone. Leave alone. Leave alone. Leave alone.
Look at him. Look at him.
Leave alone.
Looking forward to evidence.
Come on.
And what I will say here is, if we had 10,000 people on the street there, they would not be doing that.
Leave him alone.
They would not be doing that.
Leave him alone.
Look at him.
Heavy-handed. Let the gun. Heavy-handed. Let the gun.
Look at him. Scumbags. Now it's starting to kick off now. We're getting more getting arrested. Look at him.
I go over there, side.
Another one getting arrested. Hooked on the ground. Look at him.
Look at the community garden. Look at the community garden. Community policing you fucking animals. Satanist.
Yes, no, he's like the fucking bastard. You're Trump.
This fella's still here. Look at him.
Y'all being recorded as well, okay? Just let you know you recorded, okay? You're on camera, all right?
Monday CRM has the best AI.
That's horrendous, isn't it? That is horrendous what's going on.
He wasn't even doing anything.
Yeah. Oh my God. A 2-year-old baby. That's pure barbarism, pure little mice. Okay. Adele Gillick.
You flew through the comments there. Something happened, but I couldn't see what happened. They said 2 dead. They mentioned something about a baby, but I couldn't see the comment properly.
I didn't see it there. I just said Michael John might like the pick similar to Conor McGregor. I'm sure he would, but I don't do them sort of picks. Sorry. No, you're all right. No. The scumbag immigrant of no respect for anything. UK kicking off in Epping again. How did the sleepout go? Okay. It's obviously different if they're intending to sleep over outside in the street. So hold on. Orla, I'm going to Tramore in August. Used to be my childhood holiday spot. I'm really scared to go back in case it's changed too much. Haven't been there in years. I think it has changed an
Well, as
awful
I
lot.
said, I was literally there 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and it was spotless. I couldn't fault it.
Oh, well, that's good then. That's good.
Mhm.
Dub 420. In my opinion, there was something else at play, Paul. Where was the homeless? Yeah. Oh my God. 2-year-old baby. That's pure barbarism.
Can
Poor little boy.
somebody
What
put up
was that?
that comment again? What that was in reference to? You did put it up, but it went too quickly to read it. So
No,
I
I
don't know
didn't.
what happened. Where?
I'll go back and see.
They mentioned
No,
2 dead or something like that as well.
I didn't see that. Afghan
There's just
stabbing.
a couple
Hold
of
on.
comments
Afghan
back.
stabbing in German Park. Hospitalized, 2 dead, including a 2-year-old girl. Okay, yeah, sorry. An
Oh my
Afghan stabbing.
God.
Yeah, that was Mark. Did you send that in to me, Mark? Have we got that? Hang on, I'll just see if I got it there, lads. Mark is usually good at sending in this stuff, so let me have a bow peep. Yeah, I'll show John and Tom's interview in a few minutes. That's no problem. Let me see here. Which one of the five? No, Mark, if you have that interview, send it in to me. But yeah, we'll throw it over there for the time being. But 2 dead. I didn't see that now. But Michael John picked Conor McGregor. No, that is so funny.
Actually, just speaking there about the Afghan, I sent you a screenshot in relation to like a big long chart. Can you just show that? That was quite interesting.
No, this is not the.
I think it's black in colour, but it's a screenshot. Probably statistics wrote underneath it.
There's loads of them you sent me over. According to UK Ministry of Justice data 2021, free Afghans. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Hang on. This is that one there, Orla?
Yes. Now there should be writing underneath it, I think, or writing.
Yeah.
They're right underneath it.
According to the UK Ministry of Justice data 2021-2023, via a Freedom of Information request, Afghans in the UK have the highest per capita sexual offence convictions rate at 59%. Per 59 per
9%. And if you zoom in, it goes by all the different countries.
compared to the British
percentage.
rate of 3 per 10,000. Eritrea shows at 54. Sources, yeah, okay, so here we go. Look at this, Jesus Christ. Afghanistan,
Mm-hmm.
59
The
per
highest.
10,000. Eritrea, look, 53. Namibia, 50,000. Chad, 40 per 10,000. Moldova, Sudan, Congo, Burma, Albania, Angola, Somalia. These are all African countries. And do you know what? Do you know what the sentence is for rape in every one of them countries? It's the death penalty. The death penalty. That's exactly what it is. And these people are flooding into our countries and committing
Well, sure,
crimes
over
here.
here they're going to get a free medical card in a house.
Exactly. A house, yeah. And a medical card, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I checked down through it, right? If you go down to the very bottom, Ireland doesn't even feature on it.
No. The UK does.
Do you know?
6 per 100,000.
The very, very bottom.
Yeah.
But the majority of those countries, but you'll even see Pakistan and all that's on it as well.
Yeah. Dominican Republic, Syria, Iran, Gambia, Bolivia, Djibouti, Ecuador, Turkey. Jesus Christ. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you go to go back down to the very bottom again.
Yeah.
It'll show where it came from.
There it came from, according to the UK Ministry of Justice data. That's where it came from.
Yeah. So like this is correct.
Of course it's correct.
Like that speaks volumes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it tells you exactly what's going on there. You know what I mean? And as if you bring in the third world, you become the third world. It's as simple as that. I'm just gonna I'll stop sharing that for a minute. Someone is asking there.
It's unbelievable. Like, it really is unbelievable when you look at that chart.
Adele Gillick there just posted up there. I stood behind the barricade yesterday. I could hold the rails of the doll last week. Cop on the people. This is the conversations that were being had yesterday, that Michelle was allowed to walk straight up to that doll last week and do whatever with 3 or 4 times the amount of people that we had there yesterday. When I say we, it was nothing got to do with me, like, but like it was us. It was like it was people that
Yeah,
went
I
out.
know what you mean.
And this wasn't, at the end of the day, this wasn't an anti-immigration rally. This was for homeless
this is for the
people. This
homeless.
was to show the plight of the homeless people in this country. That's all this was. Like last week's one was to march them out of the doll and hand in a letter. Guys, you know, come on. Drew Cook, they were trying to pick us off at the GPO. They didn't want us going to the doll. Yeah, as I said, I got to the doll and I was ran over. Mad in Epping, England, cop van run over a man at the protest at a migrant hotel. I'll try and pull that down again. Guards pussyfoot around the newly arrived. John Wilson is right. The guards are a paramilitary police force now for the government. Yes, they are. We know that. Lost at sea. What did he put in there? Yeah, mad at Epping. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Leslie Walsh, what's up with that badge on that copper? Yeah, I seen them badges yesterday as well. What were them badges? They weren't. Did you see the badges? Some of the badges were funny badges. They were different badges. Yeah, they were. Hang on, let's see. Can I pull
Where
it
was
up
it on
there?
the shoulders?
On the shoulders, yeah. Just let me. Look, I have that still there, so I'm just gonna bear with me there. Let me just see if I can get it. But I was talking there yesterday, and the guard knew it. He said, "Paul, tell them, tell them why we're not letting." It was just crazy. They just grabbed. He had the barricades there, and they were there with the pepper spray and everything. You know what I mean? No, there was lads there with masks on and the whole lot. So that's why they were. I'm just looking to see can I get these badges. I'm not seeing them there, but there was badges there.
What's on them? Like,
Like normal badges, you know, the sort of way. Like funny looking badges.
okay.
Crazy what they did, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can't see them there, but yeah,
I can find out. I'll ask a guard I know.
yeah, 100% Paul McKeown.
Would it
Sure,
be
we know
different
that.
ranks or something? It wouldn't be something like that.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. I was there, total fascist on duty. Yeah, elderly passerby was visibly upset. This is Dublin. Yeah, it is. You're right, Adele. It's gone crazy. Catherine O'Connell, 100%. Yeah, very heavy-handed, big time. But that's what they were doing. This is what they do. They try to get the reaction from you. You know what I mean? And like a lot of us are wired to this. I think it was the ICA. I think it was there yesterday. Somebody said it was the ICA that was there yesterday that was doing all the. I don't know. I didn't get involved. I just walked away and I thought, listen, I'm not here for this. You know what I mean? So I lost. What's this? I lost track of time. Only tuned into the show just now. Did I miss anything? Not really. You didn't miss anything. I don't think we did. Did we, Orla? Just how dirty it was in Alicante and what have you. I had a good friend there and he kept me in the loop. I was supposed to go on the 2 o'clock train, but was told by my friend looking out for me that I have a spinal injury, not the injury to turn back. Yeah. The Garda are dirt. Yes. Shout out to Derek Mousey Roy who took that video on his live stream. Fair play. That's what I said. I give Mousey the credit there because I'm not one to take people's stuff. My name's not Mick O'Keefe. If you're listening, Mick, that's a joke, by the way. But fair play to Mousey. Yeah, I actually watched Mousey's live stream yesterday. The Garda, they look like Hong Kong Chinese recruits. Yeah, fair play to Mousey. Yeah, fair play to Mousey.
I saw one, yeah.
Yeah. I know a Garda who was renting his property to immigrants, both immigrants working, and the government paid the Garda for their accommodation. Yeah, it's just listen. I've been speaking to people about this. There's too much money involved in this to stop. You know what I mean? Like guards are involved, TDs are involved. Everybody is involved in this. They're all on the gravy train here. Every one of them, you know? Yeah, less than 15,000 guarded in Northern, 10 guarded to arrest one man. Yeah, well, Paul, let's get 50,000 out on the streets. Let's get as many as we can out on the streets, and we'll do what we have to do. Stabbing in Germany. What's this, Drew Cook? The homeless are thrown out of their hostels if they are seen at protest. Exactly, yeah. And that's what the guard asked me yesterday. There was a guard there yesterday, and we were asking the guard, how come there's barriers here for us today? And I might have the video there. And the guard says to me, well, Paul, you tell me. I thought, how does he know me? You know what I mean? Sure, we know how he knows me. But Paul, you can answer that question, he says, right? He said, if I come up here with masks on, I said, but hold on for a minute. I said, these guys might have good jobs. Or do you honestly think they'll be sacked for? I said, of course they will. I said, with the way the lefties put faces up and down all of these things, I said, that's exactly why they're wearing the masks. No, they probably weren't. I don't know. The lads, they were a bit mental, but hey, listen, it is what it is. But that is what happens. Like, people are wearing masks just because of their jobs and the whole lot. People up to 700 there, keep throwing it out there, share it there to everyone, will you please? Yeah, fair play to everyone. Fair play to everyone. 700.
So they didn't ask you for like an autograph or anything, Paul, no?
Who, the cops? No. But it was very funny.
Or your fingerprints.
No, yeah, fingerprints be more like it, but it was very funny. That's Paul Fitzsimons. Get him out of there now. And I could hear it. Like, I was talking to Anthony, I could hear it on the radio, you know. And he came over. He said, "Right, you have to go." Why have I got to go? You know fucking well why you have to go. Get out of here now. He says, just march me over to the thing.
Are you a Kulak's version of the monk now?
Probably
recognizable.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm the leader now. Apparently, you know what I mean. Fuck's sake. Not mad. But yeah, listen, it is what it is. Catherine, is that the gentleman who was being persecuted by bailiffs? What's that now, Catherine? Dave Daly. Good evening, Paul and Orla. Good evening, Dave. How are you? John Flynn. Paul Murphy has burnt his refugee. Welcome here because they put an iPass centre near where he lives. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, somebody put that up there yesterday.
Oh no, I can't ask Paul. I can't ask Paul about that. Paul blocked me today on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I asked
just
him
today.
A question as to
just
why.
Today. He has me blocked a long time.
No, see, I've never mentioned. I hadn't tagged him before, but I mentioned him today, and I just asked him a question. I just said, like, you know, I was talking about Catherine Connolly, and I just said, so Paul, why did you remove why did you change your flag the time you were held over in Egypt? Blocked.
Yeah. Del G, that was myself and lost my phone. Believe it or not, after I got released, I couldn't contact anyone, but I ended up back at the camp later. Some lad actually found it and I got it back. Well done, everyone. You see, we're all good people here, Del. Fair play to you, Del. Is everything all right? We charged what we charged with. I don't, you know, they just charge with Mickey Mouse shit, you know. There is horrendous crimes like that every day in 20-25 euros. It's absolutely heartbreaking when all the Europeans rise up the fuck. Take your countries back. I agree. Orla looks cranky tonight. Someone gets her a bottle of cider. She's gagging for a bottle. She's very busy moving house. That's what she's doing.
Orla's just wrecked.
Bailiff, Blackrock bailiffs. Yeah, Borden and Mona. They actually went in and took that chap Rishtard out of his house as well there the other day. I seen videos. I might see can I pull it down now in a while. There's a few. Our women are basically walking around nacked to them. Yeah. Dublin is up 350% with migrants, is it? Mary McMahon, hi Paul and all, pity and prick again. I saw the protest, the government are cowards. I guess we are getting to them. Yes, I guess we are.
Hey, Mary.
This week, Jane, I'm not shocked at Liam Gorman.
Who's Liam Gorman?
I don't know who Liam Gorman is. I don't know
who that is.
Paul Murphy has some neck clown of a man, but we all knew that.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
Just sent you a tweet 1 minute ago of the German stabbing. Okay, did you send it in to me on the WhatsApp, Mark? Let me have a look there. I have my cup of tea there.
I didn't see that now, actually.
Hang on, I got it here. Oh, you might have sent it to me tweet. Where Paul? It's the clearest image. Oh, yeah, there's the badges. Look. There's the badges. Hang on, wait, you see these. Oh,
Okay,
I've
let me
never
see them.
seen these before. I've never seen these badges before. See them? See it there? See it?
Oh, the one up the top.
Yeah, I've never seen them before. Have you?
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Just look at the telly.
Yeah, look. Never seen them before. No.
Oh.
She seems to be a yellow pack, like, you know what I mean? Is this what they're putting on the yellow pack ones now? You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen them before. Have you?
I'll find out.
Anyone know what these are? They look like the blue things are for yellow packs for people who are only over Temple Moor, but I don't know. You know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
Is that a screen? Is that a screenshot?
That's a picture that was sent in to me. I'll send it on to you.
Yeah, send that on to me, and I'll find out. I'll ask the guard in the morning.
The German
Training
police.
guards.
Is that what
They're
the guards
training
are? Yeah.
guards.
Okay, cool. But I've never seen that actual crest on them before. I've only ever seen the blue. I've never seen that crest.
So that's the training guards. Yeah.
Yeah. The German police will now spend the following weeks combing message boards for Germans objecting to brown invaders murdering German children. Germans haven't had their own government since 19. Yeah, it's true.
Did Mark send on that
He would have
video?
sent me a tweet. He sent it in a tweet. I'd say, did you send it a message on a tweet? Hold on there. Let me check my messages, Mark. No. Okay, I can't find that there. Well, let's have a look in here. See if he sent it to me. Okay. Okay, Germany today. Okay, fair play to you, Mark. Good man. And then he sent me on the video. So let's go with the video. Let's play this video then and let's see what's happening. Okay, let's share this out. People are flying here on the numbers. Keep going out there if you can.
Police have arrested an Afghan man over a fatal knife attack. The assailant killed 2 people, including a 2-year-old boy, in a public park in the central city of Aschaffenburg. 2 others have been hospitalized for injuries from the attack. Police have not discussed a possible motive. German media has reported that the suspect lived in an asylum center in the area.
It was in this park in the centre of Aschaffenburg that the stabbings took place. A man armed with a kitchen knife attacked a group of kindergarten-aged children, apparently without warning.
In this attack, 2 persons were killed. Firstly, a 2-year-old boy of Moroccan background. The second person killed was a 41-year-old German passerby who happened to be passing the crime scene.
Within minutes, police arrested a 28-year-old Afghan man known to have been receiving treatment for psychological problems.
Poor thing. Poor thing. Here we go. A cry for help. Fuck off. Excuse my French. This is just disgusting. Disgusting.
A 2-year-old child. Like, oh my God, almighty. Like, what is it going to take for people to wake the hell up? Like, how is there people still out there going, refugees welcome? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you're not going to see that on RT or Virgin Media.
No. Justin Barrett gave a great speech as usual. I heard a bit of it yesterday. I have Mousie's thing there. I'll go through it now and have a look.
I think I only did I watch John's, Tom Moran's and Anthony's.
Yeah, rape crisis in Dublin 2021, 2023, 2021 was 14,000 contacts to the National Rape Crisis Helpline. 2022, 18,400. And 2021, 23, 18,605. 31% increase. Oh, God. Blue epaulets are newbies. Yeah. That was a cadet. Traitor. They're traitor badges. That's what they're saying. They're traitor badges. We experienced Garda Reserve drug dealers who got caught and sell for them. Yeah. Good evening, Paul and all and Ollie. Well, the Gardaí are absolute filth. I don't know why anyone has any time for them. God bless you all. Yeah, I know. I've no time for them at all now, I'm being honest with you. They were IPSC, Irish Palestinian Solidarity Campaign. I didn't know what that was. I tell you, fair play to Gentle Poet for coming down also. Yeah, I seen her there yesterday.
Oh, did she come down? Very good. Fair play to her.
She was. She's lovely.
Mm-hmm. And Tom.
And Tom. Yeah. Justin Barrett spoke well yesterday. He's only the size of my 5-year-old son and gets his suits, uniform, school job. Listen, Justin's all right. I've no beef with Justin. Justin's all right. He's a good man, you know. Hello, Catherine, and thank you, Patriotic Mammy. Let me just see. Can I? Yeah. Thanks for that, Mark. Yeah. England had to score, and my dad's inside watching the football, so I think England had to score.
You want to start throwing up some more videos? And I've sent some screenshots of stuff as well.
Yeah. Just looking at the. See, can I? See how much this goes on. 5. It's only 5 minutes. I'm just going to play Justin's video there for a minute.
Okay.
I've no problem with it. No problem with anyone. Yeah, I'm just going to share this now because it was a good speech, I have to say. I heard bits of it. I haven't heard it all, so I'd like to hear it now.
A very Irish Court today. I'm not a soft-hearted person. As people might know, the last time I spoke in public, I was suppressing through painkillers pains in my chest and my upper arms that indicated that I was probably having a heart attack the last time some of you were speaking to me, which I decided to ignore for a few more weeks. So I am not a soft-hearted person. I say that in fact, because I can't afford to be. I can't afford to be, but I deeply care about the Irish homeless. I deeply care about the Irish homeless, however they are defined. They are defined as those who are living in camps by the side of the streets in this country, not just in Dublin, but in Galway and Cork and even smaller towns than that. They are defined as the young people who cannot get homes, who are in their 30s and 40s, who are still living at home with their parents. They are the working homeless. They pay taxes, but they do not have a home of their own, and they do not have a prospect of a home of their own. I don't care about our homeless in the way the left wing care about the homeless, as some virtue signaling nonsense. When you take on board the problems of 8 billion people across the planet, and you say everybody is equal and I care about every one of them just as much as any other, the reality is you don't care about any of them at all. Because you don't have to do anything for 8 billion people across the planet. But if you focus on the 16,000 people who are physically homeless in this country, then you've got to do something about it. And caring becomes real. And the left don't like to care when it's not for likes and retweets on social media. Yes. They wave Palestinian flags. And I'm not saying, nor would I ever say, that the behaviour of the
What's the story, Boots?
defence forces in Gaza is not a huge human crime. It is evil to its core. But standing on O'Connell Street waving a Palestinian flag isn't helping anybody in Palestine, and they know that. And they're not there so they can help the people of Palestine. They're there so they can increase their follower numbers on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube. And be thought of as virtuous in a way that does not demand of them to actually care enough to actually do something about it.
You're a hero, Boots, is it?
And so when I say, as a not soft-hearted man, that I deeply care about the Irish homeless, that converts in my heart to an obligation to do something about it in practical terms. And that means that this government, who will stand on the world stage and talk about problems everywhere else, needs to take its actual responsibility for the fact, and we all know it, that youth in this country under this regime has no future, and the old age in this country has no security. And no government, regardless of its so-called democratic mandate, has a right to rule, has a right to govern, when it ignores its own flesh and blood. I care about the Irish homeless, and I am not apologetic in saying I care about them because they are Irish, because they are flesh of my flesh, they are blood of my blood, they are my relatives. And my understanding is, when I see somebody homeless by the side of the road, I know there are other issues just other than housing. I know there are addiction issues there. I know there are mental health problems there. But these are responsibilities of government too. We need to take care of our people because they are our people.
My son's Irish and homeless.
When I pass a homeless person on the streets of Dublin or anywhere else in this country, my thought is, and I would suggest it should be your thoughts too, is there but for the grace of God, boy.
Every small TV.
I'm homeless. And so, why do I
How are you,
care?
Papa?
Because I
Oscar.
believe that we have a responsibility to our own blood and to our own people.
Yes.
I believe in taking care of the national community because I believe, against all experience, I believe the national community would in the end take care of me and take care of my children if they were to similarly find themselves.
What's the story, Giddy? On your way in, yeah?
So it is from a position of privilege.
How you folks around?
A great privilege. Just privilege.
Just
that
that.
I have a home that I will go home to tonight. And
How are
I
you,
have a
Patrick?
place to sleep in, and the roof over my head is my own. That I say this.
Yeah, Bricky, not working today. Big surprise. How are you, buddy?
It's not good enough for me to lie in that bed.
How are you doing,
and
420?
do nothing while Irish people in my
It's about 150.
blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone, suffer
Every
in
skewer.
cold, in darkness, and in rain. And I will not tolerate.
Not yet, Boots. Not yet.
Well done, well said, Justin. Fair play to him. Yeah, there was a couple of other speeches as well. I have the actual Tom's one as well, but yeah, it went. Listen, as you heard Mousy saying, there was only 150 or 200 there. Like, you know what I mean? Where was all the homeless? Where was? And Angela Leggett put in a thing there as well that Malachy stood across the road and gave an interview as they were moving away, and then Malachy put up a tweet to please join John at the GPO. Like everybody, every
And
nationalist in the country.
Did he not even come over?
Hold on. Everybody that had a platform here for the last 6 weeks know this has been going on. And I think we were the only ones. We were the only ones that were putting this out. We were only ones that was helping John. Malachy put that out yesterday evening at 2:15 when they were moving away from the GPO. Please all go and help John at the Dáil. He's camping out tonight. And he tagged the John Malloy in it. And the poor chap that he tagged was from New York. It wasn't even the right John Malloy. Yeah.
Oh, for the love of it. And he didn't even come over.
No. And people seeing that, people all called it out. People, listen, come on. And Angela said it in the message there, and Gavin Pepper came later on in the evening time. I'll tell you why Gavin Pepper came later on in the evening time, because Gavin was with 3 people yesterday who were being evicted from their homes, and that's who he was with yesterday and last night. And he only 10 o'clock last night.
But he came over. He still come over.
He still went over. He had a chat with John, and he had a chat with Martin. And listen, and then today I met Gavin. Listen to this. I met Gavin in Blanchardstown today. He had been in Blanchardstown helping someone out that's been evicted, who had contacted him, and him being a counsellor in Finglas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody reaches out to Gavin, and Gavin splits himself all around Dublin. You know, it doesn't have to be Ballymun. It doesn't have to be Finglas. You know what I mean? So
I know.
You know, there's no knocking the man.
But you see, they're contacting him because he's doing something. That's why, do you know? Or he's responding.
Yeah. What's this? Malachy,
do you know?
Malachy, did he not send the team from the National Party there? I bet not. No, there was nobody there. There was nobody there from any parties. There was us. I think we were the only party there, and the ICA were there. A few of the lads were all wearing black from the ICA. Yeah, that's what I seen. And anyway, Malachy Steenson stood opposite the GPO. He was chatting away to some people. He did not come over. Yeah, I heard that as well. Like, hey, listen. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying to you is he put a tweet out at 2:15 yesterday when this was going on, when John needed people to be there yesterday at 12 o'clock. Why would you put out a tweet at that time in the afternoon? It's a bit, you know, I think they're all finished. I'm being honest with anybody. They're all finished. I'm being honest with you. They really are. Every one of them. Selena Scott. Gavin is a great man. Gavin is a great man. And listen, I know Gavin's my friend. You know what I mean? I know how great Gavin is. You know what I mean? You don't need to tell me how great he is. But I'm going to go with some of your stuff here, Orla.
Yes.
Did I pull down that video of Gavin's there? Sorry. Let me just see there. Adolf Ryan. This is why the Catholic Church was given the keys to the kingdom to rule over us. It's the only way to unite all. Yeah. Daniel O'H.
And actually, I must say, I see Angela Leggett is in the comments. Angela, Martin sent me on your video with Judy. So thanks for the shout out yesterday.
I just seen him for a couple of minutes.
Martin messaged me and he was like, "Oh, Orla, I can't do this filming thing." He says, "I was going around filming, then he realised he had pressed the button." I was like, "Good man, Martin."
There it is there, yeah. Orla, yes. Martin, I think, sent you a little video last night of us saying hi to you. And we had been saying such hard-working, loving person you were. Gavin never stops working for the people. Yeah, you're right, Andy. He doesn't.
So much.
You know, and I'm going to just...
You know, I'd love to have been there. I would have been there only. I mean, it chose a moving house, so I couldn't get away.
Yeah, I knew that. I'm just going to... Actually going to play this video from Gavin. And then we'll move on, right? We'll move on to your stuff now, but I want to get this out of the way because...
No, just play Gavin.
Yeah, I'm going to get myself a cup of coffee as well, so, yeah.
Your Rubus tea.
Yes, Rubus tea. Rubus tea, that's what it is, yeah.
How are you folks? Councillor Gavin Pepper here. And I want to talk about the hypocrisy of what's going on in the Dáil with the government, the bogus opposition and the media now. It's shocking what's happening. Now they're starting to try to change the narrative. David McWilliams, the poster boy economist who writes in the Irish Times, over the last couple of years has been saying immigration is good for Ireland and we need more of it. And they can work in the hospitality sector, these immigrants, where Irish people don't want to work. Really, that's just because the wages are too low. Well, there's restaurants shouldn't to beat the band, pubs are shouldn't to beat the band. So these migrants are meant to work in jobs that don't exist anymore. But the poster boy has came out and done a podcast and changed what he said. Oh, David is now starting to say, oh, well, Ireland doesn't have the capacity anymore. We need proper migration control. That's right. We need to close the borders. Ireland's full, but we need to say it in a different way. He sent out a change in Ireland now. And don't forget, while I'm speaking, next year's Dalkey Book Festival. Get your early bird tickets now. And we'll have Kilconomics as well. Because at the end of the day, that's the hypocrisy of it. They want Trinity College and UCD graduates to say these things, not the working class who've been saying it for the last number of years, whose areas have been affected by this. That's the reality of it. And what about Paul Murphy of People Before Profit? He's now objecting to a house being built over in his area. Isn't that right, Paul? You who said let everybody in and house everybody, but not in my backyard, Paul. Once again, the hypocrisy of it. When real Irish people are struggling to get groceries, when real Irish people can't get a hospital appointment, school places for their kids are left on waiting lists. It's unbelievable. The housing crisis is out of control. Years ago, we could build housing with nothing. Now we're a rich country and we're not building anything. The mixed tenure system hasn't worked because only 10% go to social housing. It's time to change that and start building blocks of social housing and then a real affordable housing for young families to be able to buy it. But at the end of the day, we need to close our borders. We need mass deportations immediately. We've already got 15,000 Irish homeless and over 4,000 Irish kids homeless. They need to be looked after and prioritised first. And here people that are waiting to see doctors, they need to be prioritised. We need the nurses and doctors that went abroad to Australia. We need them back in Ireland. We need them to come home. The fact of the matter is, we've had enough of it. It doesn't work anymore. The basic economics is that we don't have enough supply to meet the demand. And the demand is out of control. People can't afford their bills. They can't afford anything. And the Irish government, what's their answer? Now they're planning the one-off payments they gave last year, which I said to you on a video last year, these are just to get you to vote for them, are now gone. They're not giving them this year. It goes to show the people are right what they're saying. These are a bunch of chancers in the doll. We've had enough. One more thing I want to say to you is in relation to the social housing allocation. The new system, years ago, choice-based system was done in just certain areas that they reckon people didn't want. So they were saying, like, you know, it'd be offered loads of times. Now choice-based is going all over the city. Choice-based letting and how it can work is, say you have a block of apartments with loads of different bands. So if you're on the homeless band and you're there 2 years, you could skip someone that may be on a different band because there's a certain allocation and percentage given to each band. So this is the fact of it. A foreign family or foreign couple that came into the country, not nationals, in the last 3 years, say, and if they're 2 years in a homeless accommodation and they've been put into the homeless band, they could actually be housed ahead of Irish people that are on the list 10, 15, 20 years. This is out of control and it needs to stop. It's time to put our people first. And as for David, well, David, you can put this in the article because when you say it, it's okay. But when a Northsider or a working class person said it, it's not okay. Yeah. Remember, everyone, people in suits destroyed Ireland, not people in tracksuits.
Exactly.
You know, he was my mate. You think we were talking all the time, wouldn't it? Because that's exactly what I'm shouting on this thing every night. I'm on it, like talking about bringing home the nurses and the doctors and the whole lot. Because it's just I tell you.
And do you know what I'm just laughing at there? Did he say Paul Murphy objected?
Yes.
Well.
See where that is.
What a goddamn hypocrite.
Yeah, Murphy did object about something. I'm just going to look for it here to see can I have it. Let's just see. I'd say it's up here, Paul Murphy. Yeah, Paul Murphy, yeah. He objected to an iPass thing coming in. Oh, he has his Palestinian thing back up again.
Unbelievable. Oh, has he? That's because he's not in Egypt anymore.
The thing is back up, yeah. Yeah. But I'm not seeing the thing there for his. Paul Murphy has you blocked. Yeah, there you go. He has me blocked months. Yeah, he has me blocked once. He has, yeah. He's a dickhead. That was Mark. Now, he had a bit of hair in that one. That's last year. Yeah. No, I don't know where it is, but yeah, he did. He put up. Yeah.
Interesting.
He should be our leader. Listen, I'm telling you, I'd gladly follow. And Gavin should be in one of the top parties. He should, but he doesn't want to be in parties because of all the bickering and all the fighting and everything else. You know what I mean? That's exactly why he doesn't want to be part of a party. He does his own thing, and he's good at what he does. You know, everybody wants Gavin in the parties. That's what he does. You know, everybody wants Gavin in the parties. That's why they all want him, and he won't join them. And listen, fair play to him. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe he'll join us or whatever when we get ourselves sorted here now, because Ireland first, you know yourself, it's gone. So a deal ahead, and that's the way we're going here now. Far right Murphy, yeah. What's this Gary Dolan saying? Listen, the reality is we need to get rid of the government and leave the EU. And how are we going to do that with this movement? As if it's full of individuals. We are not together, are we? Well, they're going behind the scenes, doing things behind the scenes, and that's not the way to go here. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, that's not the way to go. You know what I mean? We're either all together, we either all sit in one room and we hash it out and we talk about whatever problems we have and everything else, instead of this shit of going into one room with some people that you're picking to run with and the other people that, listen, I got word the other day that there's a dossier rolled up on all of us, all the lads who could be high risk in this movement. I'm on the dossier. Anthony's on the dossier. Justin Barrett's on the dossier. National Party's on the dossier. This is what I was told. So listen, people who are writing up dossiers on other people should not be in power. That's MI6 sort of tactics there, that is, you know what I mean? And Gardaí tactics. So, lads, the dossiers now, you need to show these dossiers and show people what's being said about them, because I'm going to print a Freedom of Information request for that as well, a GDPR request. So, keep a hold of them, lads. Hold all the receipts, because I want to see them, what you've been saying about people. Gavin Pepper for president. Yeah, Gavin, he won't do it. He won't make the presidency, I don't think.
Yeah, but one person doesn't have a right to turn around and give their opinion of who they think is high risk or not high risk or this, that, and the other. Like, it's you know, it's ridiculous. Like, do you know, or where they get the information from? Again, their own opinion.
Exactly. It's an opinion. That's what it is. It's an opinion. It's not information. And this is like blackmail. This is, you know what I mean? This is like espionage. Why are you picking up data on people? That's not allowed. And these people that are in the room, Derek Bloy, Malachy Steenson, and all the rest of them, they all have access to this. And they're looking at our data.
Yeah.
No. That's not how this works, lads. You know what I mean?
But didn't let on about it. Nobody knew about it.
Nobody
we heard
knew
on the
about
QT.
It was a whistleblower told me. Yeah, exactly. And the same whistleblower read it. So we know exactly what was in it. You know what I mean? Listen, lads.
Yeah.
All this underhandedness is all bullshit. This is not how you form unity, lads. This is not how unity is brought. Unity is brought about when we trust each other. You know what I mean? That's the way it works here. And I don't trust a lot of you people who are doing this. You know, now I don't trust any of you now. There's a couple of people I trust here now. I trust Gavin Pepper. I trust Ferg Power. I trust Anthony Casey, Martin. That's my circle of trust now. I don't trust any of the others now. I'm being honest with you. I don't, because I've seen how sneaky they have been over the last couple of months. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Let me see what people are saying here. Where's the foils on murderers entering our country? Yeah, but these are not foils. These are foils. Nationalists building foils on other nationalists. This is not the Gardaí, you know what I mean? John Malloy, good morning, y'all. Good morning.
Oh, hey, John, how are you?
Malachy's hit list, is it? It's not Malachy's hit list. It was someone else compiled this. I'm being honest with you. It wasn't Malachy who compiled this, but they all have access to it. It's a secure site.
Oh, hold on. Is Malachy on it? Is Derek Bly on it?
No. Just the ones that they think are high risk. Like the lads that were in the room there the other day, they're not high risk. Of course, how are they high risk? Sure, they are. What was it, Michael Lee? He said, what was it he said they were called? The strongest leaders in the movement. Leaders of what? Derek Bly hasn't even got a party anymore. You know what I mean? No. Malachy is an independent. Derek
didn't even know. Derek didn't even know who had resigned from his own party.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, lads, you need to sort your shit out here now, because a lot of people aren't happy now. Fergus Power, total transparency, or fuck off away from this whole thing. Caught like the snakes and rats that they are. Unity, but just for certain people, so it seems. Boards of a feather and all that. I agree with you, Ferg. I agree with you, Ferg. And I don't know whether you're on the list, Ferg, to be honest with you, as high risk. But I know I was. I know Martin was.
I
And
don't know. I
know
didn't hear
Justin
Farrell's name
Barrett
being
was.
mentioned.
And anyone who's...
Hey, we can find out.
Of course we can find out. There's a GDPR request going in for this. And don't delete it, lads. You need to keep it now so as we can all find out what's in it. That's it now. I'm sorry. I've had it with this bullshit. I really have. I've had it with this bullshit. You're either going to be transparent here or there's no unity talks. You can't have unity with people that you don't trust. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel.
Yeah, I know.
Full of rats. Yeah, you're right. Barrett is a Nazi, self-proclaimed, and you let him speak at the GPO. I didn't let him speak anywhere. People are allowed to speak wherever they want, me. Hold on for a minute. When you start taking mics off people, that's when you're being a Nazi or you're being a communist. You know what I mean? If people want to speak, if people have something to say, they should be allowed to speak. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? We have Wake Up Era. Now, I seen what you call it for Wake Up Era speaking in Waterford, and that's brilliant, fair play. But Wake Up Era have never been allowed to speak at any of these protests. None of the Dublin protests. And until Ferg and everyone else spoke out about this, then they start getting invited. You know what I mean? It's very coincident. It's a coincidence, isn't it, now that everyone's allowed to speak at these marches? Yeah. I don't really care, to be honest.
Well,
if you ain't on the list, you're probably the authors.
Yeah.
What?
Didn't Malachi's son Rob turn around and ask who the F was Wake Up Era?
Yeah,
in a tweet.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
How do you not know who Wake Up Era is?
Wake Up Era. Wake Up Era
are
the people who have been, and actually I have a video there from Wake Up Era I'm going to play in the next few minutes. I said I'd play it with
But
Barry.
how do you not know who they are? Everyone knows who Wake Up Era are and the work they've done.
Exactly. Wake Up Era have done the best work in this country at highlighting all of this. You know what I mean? I'm actually going to look there and see, have I got that video? Because I'm sure I have. Paul Fitzsimons, where are we? So yeah, we need to see, where am I? Paul.
But there's a good comment there from Sean. If you ain't on the list, you are probably the authors of the list, or you're involved in the list.
Yes. Yeah. Sweet gentle Jesus, when will all this freaking infighting stop? The country's going to hell in a handcart and they're building dossiers. Seriously crazy. Unite for God's sake. Yeah. And Anne-Marie, I'm going to be honest, I won't be uniting with any of these people. I'm sorry. Well, I have no party. I'm just me. But I will not be sitting down for talks with any of these people. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? They've just been too underhanded with the shit that they've been doing. You know what I mean? Lads, we're flying there again. Keep it going there. Spot on, Ferg. Peace, Parrot. Don't fully understand what's going on. It's been Fabian socialism since thing. Yeah. What's this? Terrible grown man. Yeah. Yeah. They get the refugees welcome here, Banner, and bring it to Paul Murphy's. Yeah. John Malloy. A great big shout out to each and every one for the support over the last few days. It's amazing the unity shown on the ground and the camp out. Yeah, Del G.
Fair play, John, and well done for organising it.
From taking me, we were outnumbered. You were outnumbered, Del. That's exactly it. That's why I'm saying we need to have thousands on the streets. They won't do that if there's thousands. What's wrong with National Socialism anyway? Yeah. Here's a throw. National Socialism. Well, you tell me what's right with it. Why would we have socialists running the country? If it's a nationalist movement, why would you have National Socialism? Why would it be socialism? No, sorry. Barrett ain't a Nazi. He just doesn't like Jews, and for a good reason. Yeah. Yeah. I'm disappointed that Michael Leahy is not doing more to get the IFP out of the mess they are in. I thought that was his plan over 3 months. Now he is sitting with traitors who are trying to control the movement. Boom. There you go, Karen. There you go. Barrett is bad news and not one to be aligned with. Dahi, 3rd time lucky. Hi, lads. Fair play. Dahi, how's things? Problem, Paul.
Well,
a few people are losing
actually, hold on a minute. Maybe the ones we should be watching are the ones who are on the list because they seem to be the bigger threat.
Exactly. Maybe the ones who are on the list need to get together themselves here and just not worry about the ones who aren't on the list, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But that's what I'd be more worried about, the ones not on the list.
Yeah. Tom Garvin. Paul, don't apologise for speaking the truth. You're right, Tom. I'm not going to apologise for speaking the truth. Yeah, Chris Bourne. Yeah, we saw Rob's tweet on that. Who's Rob? Who's Rob?
Wake Up Era. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About Wake Up Era.
Yeah. Barrett is a retard. That's your opinion, James. That's your opinion. Okay. Opinions are like arseholes, mate. Everyone has one. You know what I mean? So It's up to you. Maybe 15 good years. Adolf Ryan, the Irish wanted Germany to win World War II. Wake up, folks. We are on the other side. Yeah, okay. Douglas, well said, Paul Fitzsimons. Say it how it is. I will say it how it is, Douglas. Yeah. Paul and Orla, people are being advised to go to the protest, but leave when the speakers start. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. It says, Paul and Orla, people are being advised to go to the protest, but leave when the speakers start. I left. I just waited for Gavin Pepper. Yeah, well, that's what people are having. Like, you know what I mean? But what happened was I stayed for Stephen Sutton. I wanted to hear Stephen sing. He pumped it out there. He was brilliant. And I stayed for Stephen. I listened to Eric English and I listened to Gavin Pepper and I listened to Maggie Diamonds. As soon as Gavin was finished, good luck to you, I was out of there. I didn't want to hear the same shit over and over again. And no, I'm sorry. Galloway, right. Free speech means listen to stuff you don't agree with, no matter how bad. That's the way it works, folks. Yeah. Eddie O'Grady, I have a huge foil on the lorry.
Listen, Eddie, we know.
You know where I'm coming from here on this, Eddie. You know what I mean? You don't build up dossiers or foils on people you're supposed to be working with. End of story. I'm sorry. James Power.
But Paul, we wouldn't have even known about it until we got the tip off over it.
Unless the whistleblower came to us, yeah, until we got the tip off. Yeah, exactly. But now we do know about it, and they're worried because we know about it, because I'm going to be honest, this is not how it works, lads. You know what I mean? This is not how it works. We've survived the famine, war, everything yet being wiped out by the dingy people from our own government, the dingy people, yeah. Chris Bourne, never seen that fool Gears and Tears on here. Never seen that fool Gears and Tears. I've never seen them either, but listen, you know who they are.
The Trouble?
100% fair play to Wake Up area. I don't know. Listen, put up your comments. Everyone talking, but no one has a plan. Yeah. How do you know no one has a plan? Nobody's allowed to talk. Nobody's allowed to come into the fold. As I said, get a big room sorted, get the whole lot of us in the room, and let's call out each other. Let's say, well, Anthony Casey, you tried to take over the Irish Freedom Party, and Anthony can say, no, I didn't. That's not what happened, lads, and explain what happened. The same way as we have done over the last few months. We didn't try to take over the Irish Freedom Party. We didn't try to take over Ireland First. We didn't take over Sinn Féin. Sinn Féin was a grassroots movement. Somebody else moved in there, okay, and tried to take over Sinn Féin, and the lads blanked him. And then he went off and formed Sinn Féin Media. So that's what happened with Sinn Féin. Ireland First, Derek said, oh, well, we hadn't got enough people on the committee to do. Well, that was on him. That was his fault. That wasn't our fault. You know what I mean? Anthony knew nobody on that call. Anthony thought everything was above board, yet we're getting slated for it. Oh, you tried to do this and you tried to do it. No, we didn't try to do anything. What we've done with Ireland First over the last 5 months has been phenomenal to what Derek has done over the last 3 years with it, or 2 years with it. So you can have back all the shit. You know what I mean? Take back your shite. You know what I mean? We don't need your shite. Sorry, my rant is over there now. But,
right. We'll start playing some videos.
Yeah. The name of national socialism is a joke to a troll. True socialism. Yeah. Sarah Hardy, 100%. Karen, yes. National socialism got rid of global banking power. Yeah. Okay. Dublin Airport has been given the green light for more nighttime flights, more migrants flying into the darkness. I understand. I was watching that in the news as well. Like, lads, listen, it's like you buy a house next to a train station, you're going to hear trains going by. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? At night and everything else. I lived at a train station all my life, you know what I mean, when I was a kid. Like people who live around the airport have been living there for years, you know what I mean? And there's flights come in and out at night. There's cargo flights come in and out at night. But then you have people now in the new estates now saying, oh, I don't know, the second runway, this and the second. What are these people looking for? Are they looking for money off the government? Are they looking for money off Aer Lingus? What are they looking for? Look, if you buy a house near an airport, you're gonna have to hear airplanes. I'm sorry, people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
The only way to get Islam out is Christ, Deuteronomy 2.4, 20.4, for the Lord our God. Yeah. Global. Right, lads. Paul and Orla, love from Matt Lone. Get them out. Yes. Yeah. Owen Dowling Senior. Yeah.
Hey, Owen.
Yeah. They don't read books. What's Chair Gary Dolan saying, Paul, we need at least 1 million people on the streets to protest and make them listen. How do we achieve that? Mate, I don't know. You know, I wish I had
We need the 100,000. We need the 100,000. That's what we need. We had it not the last time, time before that. But we didn't know that was going to be out in the streets. That's what we need.
Yeah, but what did we do with them 50,000 people? We had 50,000 people. What did we do with them? We did nothing. Nothing. We marched down to the GPO. Everyone went in the piss after it and woohoo, happy days. No.
Yeah, I know.
It needs to be done on a weekday and we need to shut down the whole blatant country. Just boom, everything on the one day. Like we put out the thing on the 30th, so I'll be talking. I've been talking to a lot of people.
That's the day that we should be getting signatures. Do you know what I mean? Like if we're doing a petition or whatever, do you know, with all those people there?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Let's see how many people we get out. Let's see how many. Because listen, people have been reaching out to me and people have been talking to me about where to go and what we need to do. So we've a week and a half left. It was 2 weeks from yesterday. So listen, we've nearly 2 weeks left to do this. So people, and I'm not messing. A lot of people have been contacting me. You know what I mean? But again, the ones who get the 50,000 out and everything else are not talking. You know what I'm saying? They're not pushing this. They're not saying, "Oh, let's do this, lads. Let's help Paul Fitzsimons. Let's help the Patriots. Let's help all the lads do this, the Nationalists." But they're not doing that. On the day, they'd probably put out a tweet and say, "Oh, yeah, you should go with Paul Fitzsimons today or go to wherever they're going." You know what I mean? Today and help them. No, we need this to be put out now, lads. Now. And while I'm talking about it here, I'm just going to give it. What's it? This is Pathetic Chat. I'm signing out. God save Orla. See you then. Look there. Boy, Ray. I was watching Tommy Robinson live today in an iPass hotel that raped children and the community. Got out, to be honest. Yeah, okay. To be honest, they seemed only waking up now, and the community, that is not Tommy's way behind us. That is not Tommy way behind us. Listen, people know what's going on. People can see what's going on, but they don't care. It's not happening in their areas. It's not happening in their areas. Or they're just not seeing it. You know what I mean? Like there's a chap that was stabbed the other night, nearly died. You know what I mean? Stabbed 3 times the other night by a black migrant on a scooter. You know, are we waiting for this to happen? Like, you know what I mean? John Flynn, we need the same people that protested the water charges. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
We need to get the yellow vest and everything involved in this. Everyone needs to be involved in this. John Malloy, as a grassroots organisation, if I was to call a rally to the Dáil calling over every splinter political group and all the non-political groups to unite for one day to call to the Dáil out 100,000 people, the Dáil, and shut it down, 100,000 signed on that day, would you? No, John, they wouldn't. I would. I'd be one of them. But you're not going to get them. The other grassroots movements, the other movements are not going to back this. You know what I mean? They're not, you know? Right, lads, we'll move on.
Let's get
on a Monday. Everyone hates Mondays. Yeah. Okay, so hang on now. We just get rid of this. Wait, I'm sorry, that's my rant over now, lads. Just let me put my tea down here. Right, Orla, we had lads, loads of lads sending me in stuff there. Fair parent, there's the gaff. Yeah. This is the Paul Murphy thing. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. Hang on, I just moved it. Hang on, I'll just share this. This is the Paul Murphy thing. This is the thing in, excuse me, in Tallaght. Daniel O.H. On a positive note, Paul and Orla, you are looking well. Thanks very much.
Yes, not me tonight.
Okay, I'm just going to play this here and you'll see. I'll read what Fred put up there as well. Right, folks, this is down in Kingswood in Tallaght. This is apparently now going to be, there's the planning permission there, what they're looking for. This is going to be turned into a dwelling for 16 people. So we know what that means. Everybody knows what that means. The funny thing about this one is, I'm going to show a picture now in a minute, and it's Paul Murphy contesting this to be turned into an iPass centre.
But Paul wouldn't support Tallaght Says Now when we were at John's. He didn't support us when we were down at the ABB building. He didn't want to know us in Tallaght Village at all. But yeah, he's putting in a thing for the people now to complain about this being turned into an iPass because it's in Paul's own area. Shame on you, Paul.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I'm just going to read what Ferg said. Refugees are not welcome here. Their corruption, betrayal, and treachery are only matched by their hypocrisy. And if not for double standards, they would have absolutely none to speak of. At Paul Murphy TD objects to a property in his neighbourhood being renovated to house 16 people. Why is that, I wonder, Pauline? Does that make you far right now and anti-Irish? Now you anti-Irish disgrace. Every stabbing, every rape, every murder committed by the imported foreign savagery, you and your rotten communist ilk welcomed here on all your heads be it. You and the criminals in suits that you are paid to oppose. We warned everyone that tried to silence us with labels and slander that eventually this would affect you all, not just the working class communities, and that you have decimated with illegal mass immigration, human trafficking, and now it's come back to bite you in your treasonous arse, and nobody deserves it more, Paul Murphy. Yes. Well said, Ferg. Yeah. Theresa Costello, County Council in Tallaght, always on about choice-based lettings. You would think she owns the houses. How's the Irish first traders? I see Martin down there. Hello, Martin. Would you like to come up there, my friend? How are you?
Hi, Orla. How are we doing?
Hey, Martin. How are you?
Not
You
too
look
bad. Too
tired.
bad. Yeah, Orla, was I talking? Was I talking to you an hour ago?
Yes, you are.
All right. I didn't know if I
Do you not
dreamed it or
remember that
not. Yeah.
conversation?
I might
Yes,
have
you
been
are.
half asleep.
Mm.
Yeah, I
I'm
might have
Garvin.
been
Paul,
still half asleep.
Paul, you're ranting a lot more since you started the Rooibos tea. You'll have to get it in.
Yeah.
So everything went well last night,
Thank you. This
Martin,
is
yeah?
Angel. And then there was a black cat there a minute ago called Tom.
Yeah, someone's asking that. I'd like to know how Gran Torino Rowan is doing also. Martin, I don't know whether you were listening or not, but I spoke there a few minutes ago about the dossier. That's
the tears and the
tears and the dossier.
yeah. Hey, look, the self-proclaimed gatekeepers of nationalism. Actually, do you know what? They can have it. We're going doing our own thing. I was listening in earlier on when you were saying who the circle is, and do you know what? We'll do our own thing. If they want a soft, conformative form of nationalism that will just get gobbled up by the system. They're going to end up being part of the system. Off with them. That's not what we're doing. So off with them. We know what needs to be done. We know exactly what kind of a stance we need to take. It's going to be a hard right, indigenous, political and social stance. And they can have their soft form nationalism, and they can pander to the morons and try to become part of the system and take the shilling, so to speak. That's not what we're doing. So that's it. All I'd say to them is stay out of our way.
Yeah. I just got a message in there from Irish Mammy there, and I remember her telling me this in Clonmel. This happened to her son, and he's a big young fella. He's a nice young fella too, but I'm just going to play this because this happened to him at the hands of migrants in Clonmel. So watch this now. I'll show you this now, lads. Now it's a bit sickening, but listen, you have to show these things. I'm sorry. Yeah, hang on. Chap nearly lost his hand, you know what I mean? And
Jesus Christ.
Sick, isn't it? Sick. But this is what we're importing into the country. People that do this to our own kids, like, you know what I mean? It's disgraceful. Thanks for the grub, Martin Del G. Dell got locked up yesterday. Were you talking to him last night when he came back? Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say so. I was talking to so many people now I've lost track of the names. it was great. It was a great crowd there. I actually spoke to a genuine homeless person. There was two guys in tents beside the Department of Agriculture, and one guy was telling me a story, and oh God, it's just well, his story was tragic. But he told me about how and when he ended up being homeless, and it's a series of different system failures. And the most telling thing was he was the youngest when he ended up in the streets. He was the youngest of a group of people who kind of looked out for each other. They wouldn't go into the hostels because they were too dangerous, but there was a cohort of them that looked out for each other. And he said he's the only one that's left. So he was 42 years old. And he said that every other person that looked out for him over the years was dead, and none of them were elderly men by any stretch of the imagination. Just with the coming and going last night in and around Dublin, just walking Kildare Street and kind of in and around Stephen's Green, the amount of Irish homeless men in their 40s, 40 to 50 age bracket. It was a case of I actually kind of went out to change and loose notes to give lads, like, you know what I mean? And the thing was, you can tell, somebody who's got, drink and drug problems and stuff like that, you see it in the faces, you see the gaunt look, and you see these look like guys that you could, you know what I mean? You could meet going to work, on a Friday morning, like, you know what I mean? That they just, it's heartbreaking.
See, the government tried to pawn her off as, these are junkies and these are this and these are just lads down on the luck. Probably had a few gargles. Probably, listen, I've met loads of them myself, Martin. They're all lovely guys, and it's just the system has them fucked. It's the system itself. That's it. You know what I mean?
We had people coming and going from the Dáil. I would say all day, and there's people in there in the evening times as well. But the amount of negative comments that were thrown in towards us with the camp out, it was unbelievable. There was actually a sign up saying, camp out protest for the homeless, but people just looked in and would automatically assume and throw a dig. So Dave started pointing at the sign and kind of highlighting it, and when they did, then when they saw what we were actually doing, they hung their heads and kind of scurried off and stuff like that. But Jesus, our country is run by soulless people.
Martin, who was making the comments? Ones from the Dáil, coming out of the Dáil.
Just passers-by, people coming out of the Dáil, just people generally passing by, people, the normies as you'd call them, you know what I mean? But it just, they'd see the sign then that it's actually about homelessness, and they wouldn't apologize or anything. They'd just hang their heads and scurry on. But
I'm just asking here, Martin. Someone's just asking there. Genuine question, Martin. Would you say the views of the new party would be in line with Barrett? As you said, they're hard right.
Yeah, so look, Justin I make no bones about saying that. I have great time for Justin Barrett. I always have. I'll tell you a thing about Justin Barrett, right? So as one of the old guard he was the first guy to set up a nationalist party in Ireland, in we said this kind of current form of nationalist pushing back against the government. Justin Barrett is the only nationalist leader that has never lied to me or never lied about me. So I take people at face value, and I think respect is a wonderful thing. I have great respect for the man, and I would assume that he respects me as well. I do talk to him a lot. I will never be a National Socialist. That's not my political leanings. Justin is. We actually had a conversation recently where we discussed all the different, basically where we align, where we don't align, etc., etc. In relation to hard right, we are forming a conservative Christian party, which Ireland doesn't have. We're going to be a very conservative Christian party. No, we're not beating around the bush anymore. We know what needs to be done. In relation to aligning with Justin's religious values, we'll align with that. In relation to a concept of nationalism, and putting the indigenous people first, yeah, we will align with that, but not national socialism on a similar destination, but a different path. But Justin's a fantastic mind, and I can tell you that of all the nationalist leaders, I love a good debate and I love a good conversation. He's the only one who's ever given me good debate and good conversation. So
yeah, he
like
seems
I said,
to know his stuff.
No, he's a very well educated and clued in man. And like I said, as I said to him, we have to stop tiptoeing around it. We tried to take a kind of softly approach in these people. And do you know what? No, let others do that. We're just going to say it like it is on the tin, and just listen. If people don't change their outlook on this country and how they're going to try and save this country, then they're doomed. So, like I said, we put an offer out there, and if people want it, they can take it. And if they don't, they won't. And it's as simple as that. But what I would advise is just if you're not interested in it, it's fine. Yeah, but don't get in our way, because we're not playing anymore.
Daniel O there just put in there, the NP, Anthony's new party, and the rest of the proper nationalists should sit down and make a plan. Yeah, I think you're right.
I was saying that to Paul earlier on. Maybe the ones on the list should all meet up.
Yeah, man, 6-year-old girl. Mohammed, you mean? Yeah.
And actually, I must say now, I like listening to Justin's wife, Rebecca. I think she makes some very valid points, especially when it comes to school and different things like that, you know?
Yeah. Listen, they have life sorted. They you know what I mean? The boys are homeschooled. They're happy. Actually, I had the pleasure of meeting the whole family yesterday. And they look like a happy bunch to me. So, you know. Did you talk about the lefty and the arrest and all that kind of stuff? And
yeah, we done that earlier. Yeah.
And I also spoke about your filming skills.
Hmm.
Do you remember when you were going around with the video filming?
The fact that I didn't hit record on any of the.
I didn't see any photographs of you yesterday. I wonder why that was.
Okay, speaking of this, while you were outside there protesting, Martin is freezing there, yeah, but while you were outside protesting, okay, this is what the government were doing yesterday inside in the Dáil. Okay, I'm going to play this now.
Bill for introduction, compulsory purchase order bill 2025 first stage. I call on Deputy James Geoghegan to move for leave to introduce the bill. Deputy, 5 minutes.
I move.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken Orla. Today I bring the compulsory purchase order bill 2025 before the House. This piece of legislation will overhaul a fundamental part of our land and planning system, the compulsory acquisition of property. CPOs are integral to the economic development of the country. If the state cannot acquire land in a transparent, timely and cost-effective way, we will not build the infrastructure we need. Without this infrastructure, our economic development will come to a halt. A well-functioning CPO system is also essential if we are to meaningfully tackle the housing crisis and end dereliction. These are problems that affect us here in Dublin, but also people in towns and villages right across the country. It should also be put on the record here that the compulsory acquisition of land is a sensitive issue. It's not always pleasant when people are moved involuntarily from their homes or are required to sell their land. Although we need a streamlined and cost-effective CPO system, these landowners are entitled to clarity, transparency and fairness. I believe this bill provides that and strikes the balance needed to make CPOs work. Unfortunately, our current system does not provide that. In fact, our current CPO system is primitive. It's opaque, it creates uncertainty, and it slows down the delivery of housing and infrastructure. A hodgepodge of about 70 statutes currently govern how the state can acquire land. Two of the most important laws date back to 1845 and 1919, before the foundation of the state. In 1845, we barely had a rail network, we had no electricity grid, and the Great Famine was yet to happen. We had a feudal land law system and we had no planning system. Any CPO-type powers were not used for the public good, but were used to consolidate large estates. It's wrong that such an important process is made unclear and often unviable, because we are still governed by laws introduced by our old colonial masters. These statutes have long outlived their context and frustrate all stakeholders. If our CPO system cannot command the confidence of acquiring authorities and affected landowners, then it will not work. That's why I'm introducing this bill, which was published by the Law Reform Commission in 2023, after the government tasked it with examining our CPO system. This bill repeals those old laws and sets out a clear, unified system which guarantees two things: that the state can acquire the land needed to deliver infrastructure and housing, our two most important public goods, and that landowners are fairly compensated and have confidence that the process will treat them fairly. The key reforms put forward by the bill are as follows. First, it introduces unambiguous statutory timelines. Property owners will no longer be left in limbo, dealing with years of uncertainty about payment and timelines. Under this bill, vesting orders will be served within 1 week.
Noise. Thank you.
You've upgraded me too there. Thanks, Count Orla. Under this bill, vesting orders will be served within 1 week of being made. Compensation must be determined within 6 months by an independent valuation tribunal rather than an untransparent panel of arbitrators. And once compensation is awarded, it must be paid within 2 months. Second, the bill establishes the right to an advance payment. Up to 90% of estimated or agreed compensation will be paid up front. This helps landowners plan and move to a new property if required. Uncertainty about whether a payment will be received or what the sum will be is a common source of opposition to CPOs. Third, the bill removes complexity around unknown ownership. For properties where heirs cannot be located or title is unclear, funds can be paid into court, with structured avenues for claims, determinations and eventual release to the authority if the compensation goes unclaimed. There are several derelict properties in Dublin that cannot be CPO'd right now because the owners cannot be tracked down. This bill will bring an end to that. Fourth, the bill repeals the current arbitrary principles of compensation that were developed in 1919 and codified far clearer modern principles. It also ensures that land values aren't inflated simply because the state intends to develop nearby. The public should benefit financially from public investment, not a landowner who is already being fairly compensated. Finally, the bill greatly enhances transparency. Advance payments, costs and interest must follow prescribed rules, bringing fairness to owners and accountability to public bodies. Count Orla, these changes will have a profound impact on housing infrastructure delivery and the renewal of towns and cities across the country. This is a bill that will make our CPO process transparent, fair and quick. It's a bill that strikes the balance between respecting property rights and empowering the state to act for the public good. It's a bill that will make CPOs a modern tool for modern challenges, and I commend it to the House.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy. And the question is the bill being opposed, Chief Whip? Minister.
Done for ploughing on.
Thank you. I apologise for that, Deputy. Okay. The motion for leave to introduce is agreed, so I'd ask you now, Deputy, to move that the second stage be taken in private members' time.
I move.
Thank you. And members, that concludes. We now take a sus for 60 minutes. Thank you, Deputies.
There was 4 people there. Have you seen that? That bill went through with 4 people sitting there. You know?
No opposition.
Hey, we told you. Everything
Mark,
we say.
Do you have a? Is there a fan or something going in the background?
A fan? Oh, can you hear me now? Is that better? I just had to switch microphones. Is that better or worse?
No difference.
Those workers should be dragged out and tarred. Yeah.
I'll get a different mic. Give me 1 second.
But look at the thing that came out there in the last couple of days as well about where they're looking to decrease the size of apartments, but yet the prices will end up being increased. You know, and then there's going to be people out there still trying to buy them because they're so desperate to own their own home. The corruption in this country is absolutely outstanding. Like, that's really taking advantage of people's need for a house, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But as Sarah says there, look, the fuck, 5 or 6 out of 174 attended their job, I'd be fired. And it's true.
But there won't be.
No, it's true.
There won't be, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you now.
Actually, do you know what? Will you play the video on, it's called The Black Lair? Because somebody asked a question about Catherine Connolly. So it'll be good to talk about this.
Catherine Connolly, hold on, what was this now? The Black Lair.
Well, it's under the Black Lair.
Penny Torrance. I'm just gonna share this. Somebody sent me in a picture there of the new T-shirt. Telly Turbans. Oh God. Ed, hold on, Orla. Orla. Which one did you say? The Black Lair? Which one is the Black Lair?
Yes. Yeah.
Of Catherine Connolly, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, yes.
Let me just share this one. I want to play Wake Up Era as well after this because we're going to talk about vaccines for a few minutes. So
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I do not get the support for Catherine Connolly. She might be an independent, but she's still a left-wing socialist. She's pro-jibby jab. She pushed it. She's not opposed to open borders. She also wants to remove direct provision to make it easier for refugees. What else? Oh yeah, do you know who's supporting her? People Before Profit, Social Democrats. And I've seen Independent Ireland now are talking about supporting her, which is very disappointing with all the great speeches that Ken O'Flynn has been making. I really didn't think to be going down the route of supporting a left-wing socialist. It's not what the country needs. We need to move away from that. Like, people are shouting for change. And I see people on this app that are shouting for change, throwing their support behind Catherine Connolly, a left-wing socialist. Everything that they stand against. Lack of fucking brain cells in this country is unbelievable.
it's true. It's true what he's saying. You know what I mean?
I will say, right? So he's the Black Lair on TikTok, right? So I think the stuff he puts out is very, very good. Now, actually, there's a little bit of an update to that because I think did you have a video? Did you have an updated video that it seems to be Michael Collins, TD, who is the one from Independent Ireland who's supporting Catherine Connolly. But again, Paul Murphy supporting her. If you just go into the screenshots I sent from Lawyers for Justice.
From Tracy.
No, that's a video.
Lawyers for Justice. Yeah. Catherine Connolly, yeah.
There's just a few screenshots. It's just to read that there. It's on Catherine Connolly as well.
Yeah. Just throw us in here. Just bear with me. Yeah, the theatre continues. Catherine Connolly, she served as Last Count Carla of the 33rd Dáil from July 2020 to November 2024. In the 2018 abortion referendum, she insisted the 8th Amendment simply has to go, and it is time to trust women to make decisions. She welcomed the hate speech legislation and has the full backing of Richard Boyd Barrett and those of his ilk. She will also no doubt be secretly cheered on by her former running mate Michael D. Higgins, who has already demonstrated his failure as president to act on behalf of the people of Ireland. Paul Murphy, People Before Profit, says change starts here as he endorsed her. This in itself should be all you need to know. I'm backing Connolly. Paul Murphy, I'm backing Connolly for president. Join the campaign here. This is a rare opportunity for the left to come together and elect a voice for workers, for women, and for neutrality, and for wokeness. That's what this is. To defeat the political establishment and their far-right friends. Where has the political establishment got far-right friends? What are they talking about? We need to build a massive people-powered movement, so please join the campaign. Donate. Change starts here. This is Dublin People. People Before Profit TDs Paul Murphy and Richard Boyd Barrett have backed independent TD Catherine Connolly for the Orla, joining the Social Democrats in endorsing her candidacy. There she is there, look. Solidarity.
Ireland for all. Oh, interesting.
Ireland for all. That's exactly what she is. Yeah, it's just GB News. Let's not worry about that. But that's her, yeah. Catherine Connolly. She's not the person we want to be in there now, to be honest with you.
In other words, she's a complete and utter lefty who wants open borders. So enough said.
She's like,
enough said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like
So that kind of, whoever
had
had that question about Catherine Connolly, I hope that summarises it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, that TP News, will you play that? That's quite a good one.
Yeah. We just hit 1100 there, people. Fair play to everyone. Thanks very much for liking and sharing. So, share it out there. GB News, is that what you said?
Yes. She just had it there a second ago, yeah, because it's just...
yeah, no, I have it there.
Yeah, it's good.
This is the UK rape.
Yes.
Then I'm going to move on to Wake Up Orla. I just want to play this because it's very good. It's about Luke O'Neill and the whole lot, so...
The most disgusting case, well, one of the most disgusting cases I've seen in recent, days, weeks, whatever. A man called Sadek Niksad, 29, raped a 15-year-old girl following her down the street in broad daylight in a town in Scotland, entered the UK illegally 2 years before the attack, from Afghanistan. He harassed her and then went and raped her in a courtyard. This is the man pictured. And we're not deporting him.
Well, no, he arrived on a small boat just a few years ago. At the court, he was shouting and screaming at the judge. But most extraordinarily, his counsel, acting for him on the taxpayer's pound, was saying that there were significant cultural differences between the UK and Afghanistan, where this asylum seeker came from. And that those cultural differences meant that he didn't understand that he shouldn't rape a 15-year-old girl.
Well, what do you reckon to that? Cultural barriers. Apparently this chap, he didn't know. He didn't know it was wrong to, grab a girl off the street and rape her in broad daylight. No, I didn't know. I can't speak the language very well. We have child marriage back where I'm from. Well, perhaps our government should pay a little more attention to the people who they're allowing to stay in this country. This is someone who arrived illegally.
The most irritating thing about all of this is people, if they come across on a small boat from a country that doesn't have child marriage and that has a sort of Western idea of consent, well, they're going to be sent back to their country pretty darn quickly.
Yep.
Whereas if you come from a part of the world where the idea of consent doesn't even really exist.
No Me Too movement in Afghanistan.
If you come from one of those places, well, you're going to get indefinite leave to remain, aren't you? Because we can't send you back to the horrible place.
It's absolutely shocking. 9 years in prison, probably will serve half of that, if that, back on the streets.
Now, there you go. And Martin, I don't know if you were watching earlier on in the show, we put up a chart where the highest case of rape was coming from men from, you guessed it, Afghanistan. What was it, 59%, Paul? So there you go.
59 per thousand. I'm going to share it here. Again,
so there you go now. And no deportation.
And yes, in Ireland, we're still not recording crime statistics by nationality. That's that. Their UK stats.
Their UK stats. Yeah. Look, 59 per 10,000.
Yeah, but our government still won't record cultural-based crime statistics or nationality-based crime statistics.
Yeah, yeah.
And cultural differences. That's the same as the excuse that they use of the mental health issue. Do you know?
Mm-hmm. I just want to put this up there. Where did that go now? I'll put this over here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to share this as well because there's a protest in Limerick, in Waterford on the 26th of July. So I'm just going to put this up as well. National protest Speakers, Wake Up Era, thanks be to Jesus, the Wake Up Era are getting a look in. John McLaughlin, John of London and others, House of Waterford, Damal, X91, R652, the 26th of July at 2 p.m. So people, if you can make it down there, please head down there as well, because, listen, it's a national protest. They're getting called all over the country, so if you can make it down, please do. Wait, I'll stop sharing that there now. Boom.
And I'm just wondering, in
Yeah.
relation to, because it's in Waterford, I know I've mentioned this before, is Roy Butler's family going to be speaking at it? I'd like to think his family would be given the mic.
Yeah, fair play, Martin. Publicly defending just to be when so many others are afraid of optics. Optics are gone out the window now, lads. You know what I mean? There's no 10-second video on WhatsApp, Paul. Moral quiz, show question. Okay, hang on, let me have a look now. Dun, 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 dun. Is that Pete Davey puts this up, Paul? Okay, let me see this, what this is. Yes. Yeah. Where's there no sound? Jesus, that's a year today. Yeah, it is me dad. I'll play it now in a minute. I will play it in a minute. But this is from Coolock. Instead of this GPO, do the boys doing like take over? I really do think an uprising is on its way. Okay. I'll just turn this off. This is actually this is me dad. So yeah, seeing as though it's there, I'm gonna play it. Thanks for that, Angela. And pepper sprayed an old age pensioner. This was 12 months ago yesterday. The Coolock riots were yesterday, 12 months ago, Martin.
Jesus.
You know?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm just going to share this. This is actually, it is my dad, so I'm going to share it. Yeah. People say I look a bit like him, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
And he kept giving it to me.
Dirty bastards.
And he moved them from over there when there was red looking up.
It's disgraceful. Disgraceful. Dad, you go on back over there. I don't want you getting involved in this. Go on. Forever, I have to be here.
I'm only thinking of my grandkids.
I know what you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of my grandchildren. My grandchildren. Shouldn't be fucking here, but why wouldn't I be here?
Exactly. Fair play to you.
More like you here. Like the talking of 78 years of age, and that guard stuck it into my face and sprayed me all over. Standing here peacefully, I'm only thinking of my grandchildren. And I hope everybody else is thinking of their children. Because the country is being ruined. They can't close the doors now because there's no room to take anybody else in. And they say Ireland for the Irish. Oh, boy, Jesus. It's not Irish now.
Here we go.
Look at the box.
Good old dad. Fair play to him.
I remember that.
My mouse is not working. Where's my mouse? There it is there now. Yeah. Yeah, it's Martin gone off there. I'm going to play this Wake Up Era one here for a few minutes, right? And so we're nearly going to finish up now, but this is to do with the vaccine.
Well, I sent you some information from Japan as well, so you can play that afterwards.
Brian Garrigan, don't forget I helped your dad. You did. But other people just walked by, Brian, and I know who them people are. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm just going to play this here. This is Wake Up Era, and we'll come back and talk about it now because Barry is a good friend and Barry needs this to be put out. So.
The actual letter. So Adele is going to read it. It's not the one that we sent in, has a little bit more on it, but it's the general tone of what we sent in here. Adele is going to read it out. There's a couple of points on it that we put in about Pfizer, the information that's now in we'll give it to now in a minute. The information that's in the public domain, particularly about Pfizer's vaccine. And Luke O'Neill said in there all throughout lockdown and at the beginning of the vaccine rollout. Luke O'Neill was a big proponent of the Pfizer vaccine. Luke O'Neill told the Irish people that the Pfizer vaccine was 100% effective at stopping hospitalisation and death. And then he says no comment when he's presented with information from the pharmaceutical company themselves that says that the vaccine is killing people. We're not out here talking conspiracy. We're out here talking what the Pfizer has to say about their own product. How can Luke O'Neill go in here and constantly tell lies? And the people that interview him, they never pull him up. He's allowed to say whatever he likes. And the same people are interviewing him a few months later, and they never pull him up on the lies that he told a few months ago. It's a free-for-all in there for Luke O'Neill. Luke O'Neill can go in there and spout words, lies, absolute lies. And the result of his lies are Irish people and people all around the world are dying. They're dying from what Luke O'Neill is saying. We get emails to Wake Up Orla all the time of people that regret taking the vaccine, people who've been injured by the vaccine, people who've lost a loved one due to the vaccine. And Luke O'Neill's name gets mentioned in 50% of those emails. People say to us that they were listening to Luke O'Neill when they went into this medical trial. Luke O'Neill has blood on his hands. Luke O'Neill is a mass murderer at this stage. I mean, I don't know. It's blatantly obvious that the Irish government are committing democide because they're bringing in policies and we're dying because of them policies. That's what democide is. When a government brings in policies and we die, the word is democide. How many people are going to have to die before we can start accusing them of genocide? I mean, there's information in the public domain now claiming that over 17 million people have been killed by the COVID vaccine. That's twice the amount of people that they say were killed in concentration camps in Germany. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? We have people here today who have lost a loved one because of Luke O'Neill's words. And he goes in there and he gets free rein. Absolute free rein. They are not investigative journalists in there. They are narrators. They go in the morning and they get handed a piece of paper and they get told, that's what you're saying today. So that's where journalism has gone in Ireland. That's where your journalistic degree gets you, where you're supposed to be out investigating, snooping, looking for the scoop of the century. Pfizer's data is the scoop of the century, and they won't talk about it. And we've sent it to every mainstream media company in Ireland has had the Pfizer data. Every politician in Ireland, we have sent the Pfizer data. I personally put it in the hands of 8 of them, and one of them told me to fuck off. I was just giving him information from Pfizer, and he told me to fuck off. Information that could save his constituent's life. That was his attitude. Paul Murphy up in Tallaght denies that I even gave him the Pfizer data. I put it in his hand personally, and now he denies that it's ever happened. He denies that there's excess deaths. So we're here today. We're going to drop a letter in here, and this is a warning for all the media in Ireland. Your day is over. The people are awake to the empire of lies. The people have woken up to your narratives. You don't investigate. You are not journalists. You are narrators for the globalists. Now, your words are killing people. Now, you have crossed the Rubicon, and we are not going to stay quiet while your words carry on killing people. You're still telling people to take more of a substance that the pharmaceutical company says is killing people. What more evidence do we need that we need to bring this regime down? The media are finished in Ireland. Nobody believes them. They're in their death throes now. So let them swan around. Let them say all nasty things about us. Let them call. We're not anti-vaxxers. There's people here today who took your vaccine. There's people here today who took it and they're injured. There's people here who took your vaccine, whose loved ones took your vaccine and they're dead. They're dead. Your words are removing souls from the realm. We're not staying quiet. We're not staying quiet. No matter what nasty things you say about us, you have lost the room. So we're all here to cheer on the death of the Irish media, the death of the worldwide mainstream media. And we will not stay quiet. We are going to carry on our work in the towns, in the streets, on the roundabouts, putting bits of paper into people's hands, because that's what we do. And we will carry on doing that. You can lock us up. We don't care. We're going to carry on doing it.
Barry Stone is that man's name, yes, and he is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. But he tells the truth, and that's all he does is tries to get the truth out. You know, Adele helps him out. There's a lot of them help him out. You've seen the picture there of young Ava. You know,
Yes.
like, the amount of people that
And
have
Roy
been
Butler's
killed
in those photographs as well.
is the what, Orla?
And Roy Butler's in those photographs as well.
Yeah, they're all in these photographs. Like, you know what I mean? We know what is happening here. And they used to say that wake up, oh, they're all conspiracy theorists, they're all this, they're all that. They have the data, they've shown the data. You heard Barry there, he's given the data to all these politicians. They are all complicit in this. RTE are complicit. News Talk, media out, all the media outlets in this country are complicit with this democide. They are, and that's it. End of story. You know what I mean? There's no, like, I'm gonna get Barry
Paul,
on one of the nights.
I sent you on Dr. Charles Huff, and then I resent you the Japanese stuff.
I have Dr. Charles Huff there. Hang on.
We'll just play him, and he's another very good doctor over in America. And then there's a Japanese study as well.
Okay, this is 5 minutes, so we play this and come back.
Firstly, people need to realize what the agenda is. In 1990, the United Nations released something called Agenda 21, which was their agenda for what they wanted to have achieved worldwide by the year 2021. They've now, because we're past that, they've now released Agenda 2030, which is what the United Nations would like to have achieved by the year 2030. And one of the common factors in both of those agendas is the fact that they would like to see the world's population reduced to 500 million. Now, people have to realize that the World Health Organization is a branch of the United Nations. Just like the College of Physicians and Surgeons is a branch of public health. So the fact that so I had wondered, how were they going to reduce the world's population from 8 billion to 500 million? That means you've got to get rid of 15 out of 16 people. Now, they didn't succeed by 2021, which was the second year of the pandemic, but they're aiming now for 2030, which is 5 years away. One of the strongest predictors of future behavior is past behavior. If you want to try and predict how somebody is going to behave in the future, just look at what they did in the past. It's very reliable, unless there's some reason to believe that that person has been dramatically transformed, that we tend to do the same things again. So the World Health Organization has used vaccines 5 times before this pandemic to reduce fertility. And they did it in Brazil and Mexico and India and Kenya and one other country that I now can't think of. They did it in 5 countries. And in every case, they gave these people vaccines for some other reason to keep them safe. In Kenya, it was a tetanus vaccine, different vaccines in different places. And this was an injection to keep these people safe or their children safe, but was actually designed to reduce fertility. And I think these COVID vaccines are no different. The fact that they mandated these shots for university students, for school kids couldn't play sport. They couldn't go on school field trips. University students who had been, for example, studying medicine, you're 4 years in and you're told, unless you get these COVID shots, you're done. You forget it. Go and deliver pizzas. You will not be a doctor. And, and in other words, they forced young people for whom COVID was almost no risk to have a shot that had the worst safety record in human history. So you can think, well, so did they just make a mistake? Because there seems to be no benign explanation for that. We know that the shots didn't keep anyone safe because it didn't stop people getting COVID. So this idea that, well, you're putting other people at risk if you're unvaccinated was nonsense, because they knew by the time they mandated any of these things, that these shots didn't stop transmission or infection. So they couldn't possibly keep out anyone safe. So that reason was clearly fraudulent. So there was no other benign explanation for why these should be mandated for young people other than the fact that we knew from the Pfizer biodistribution study using the messenger RNA particles where they tested it on mice, they found that the ovaries were in the top 4 destinations for those spike proteins. And when a baby girl is born, she is born with all of the eggs in her ovaries that she will ever have. Guys make sperms every day from puberty till they die. But girls are born with eggs in their ovaries that are created when they're in their mother's womb. And from the time they're born, they cannot get new eggs. So if you can design something that goes into their ovaries that causes microclotting and gene editing and clots and bleeding and whatever else, inflammation, if you can design something that will harm that person's ovaries, it is pretty well guaranteed to impair their fertility. Which explains why they wanted all the young people to get these shots that they didn't need, and the shots didn't work. And it's the only explanation is to try and reduce the population.
My God. Doesn't he summarise it up very well there?
It's disgraceful. But this is what we know here now. Noel McConnell there said something about Sligo. I don't know what's happening in Sligo on Saturday.
I didn't hear about anything on Sligo. Is there a
Who was for
protest?
Sligo on Saturday? If there is a poster, send it in to me there, Noel. If you can, send it in on the WhatsApp number. If you can,
Well, it is starting. It is. Sorry.
1521.
But it is starting to happen because look at the amount of girls out there that are having problems and issues with their period. You know, and then there was women going into early menopause and women that had gone into menopause and starting to get periods and things like that. So, like, there is definitely something going on.
Thank God for not getting me vaccinated. Yes, none of us. But people did, and I emphasize this every night we do this, people did get vaccinated for the reasons they thought were the right reasons.
Yeah.
I'm sure now they realise that they were wrong. You know what I mean? And it's because of Barry and them who make up there that are showing you the data, you know? It's terrible. It really is. Like,
Do you want to throw up that Japanese study?
The Japanese study, yes. I'll throw it up now. I'll just move us to the side there. It is. Japanese citizens are largely awake. Only 0.2%. 10,000 doses.
Sorry, Paul. There's one before that. That's the second part. Yeah, that's it.
Japanese press. Well, okay. Japanese press conference 14th of July 2025. 21 million vaccination records released, including vaccination dates, lot numbers, and deaths. Shocking data presented by Professor Yusufumi Murakami of Tokyo Science University, showing a peak in deaths 90 to 120 days post-vaccination, with earlier peaks for higher doses, suggesting cumulative toxicity. Professor Murakami estimated 600,000 to 610,000 Japanese died post-vaccinations. Wow. In line with excess deaths, but not captured by government because deaths occurred 3 to 4 months later. Japanese citizens, that's this one here now. Only 0.2%, 10,000 doses out of 4.2 million doses of self-replicating mRNA vaccines were administered. Over 100,000 signatures were submitted to the Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare to stop mRNA vaccinations. Full subtitle clip there. Okay. There's no video for that, is there?
No, the video's over 11 minutes long.
Okay,
but if they go on to the page on X, they'll be able to get it. to watch the video, you know, because as I said, it's 11 minutes. But isn't that interesting?
That's only from 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what Peter McCullough has been talking about. This is what McCullough has been talking about. This from Murakami, Professor Murakami. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gee, Mark, this is.
I know.
It's getting worse.
I know.
It's getting worse.
It's shocking. It's shocking. John, I just sent you on the video. John Malloy sent it on to me, so I forwarded it on.
Right, we'll finish up with this then, and we'll play the rest then on what you call it on Sunday night or whatever. We want to talk more on Sunday night about this dossier and everything else. I'm sure we'll be inundated with calls tomorrow about this. So yeah, or even after the show. So let's just play this one here and we'll come back. Yeah.
This is a rally by the people of Ireland. This is a rally by the people of Ireland highlighting 16,000 homeless people in this country. Not just the homeless, but the hidden homeless. And not just the hidden homeless, but the 30 or 40,000 people that are waiting on housing and social housing. The members of Donohoe have literally urinated on the Irish people. The cost of living has gone sky high. We've got a crisis in the homeless. We've got people dying on the streets, but yet the government bring in unvetted and unwanted illegal migrants into this country and put them into housing. I don't know if RTE want to show that, and I presume this cameraman is RTE. I don't know if RTE want to show this, but RTE, like an awful lot of the media, do not show the honest truth. And the honest truth is the people like myself, a father and a grandfather, have to my age get out on the street and fight for my kids and for my grandkids who will probably never get a house. And that's thanks to the parasites in the Donohoe. I don't have to go through all the names that are in there, but each and one of them is in there for one reason only, and that is to put the shekel in their own pocket and forget about the Irish. We are here to highlight the homeless. That is why we're here. We are also here with the objective of staying overnight. Now, there might only be 10 of us camping. There might be 50 of us camping. I don't know. But it just highlights what we have to do as a people to get out and help the Indigenous Irish and to help the homeless. I say enough is enough.
Enough is enough. When the winter comes and more people are going, the percentages are on user hands. All of you. Every one of you. Every year, good men and women die that the government left behind. That you are all able on the revenue. You filthy traitor bastard.
You are really evil people. You're really evil. You're evil people. May God strike us all dead. Every last one.
You are affected by this as well, so why the fuck are you protecting us?
You are an abomination.
You're talking out to protect the people. If you can't hold that out, you're not fit for the job and wear that uniform. You can't hold that out.
Any woman who's been raped, ask her how she feels about her future.
See, there's a lot of requests in the chat there. Just to let Niall come on.
Yeah, I am now. I'm going to send them on the link now. I couldn't send it while I was. Couldn't send it while we had that. To what you call it? I'm going to send it on to him there now. I'll be sending it straight on to him now. I'll come on for 2 minutes. I'm just going to. He sent me on a Facebook thing as well, so I'm just going to play that as well. Just bear with me there.
They had just that line of guards that were there yesterday. They had all the babies out in front. They were so young. Which I always felt sorry for them. Like, you know what I mean? So, Jesus, that's who the cannon fodder is going to be. Yeah, they'll send out 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to face us down.
Just bear with me.
Paul, are we waiting for Niall to come up?
Hang on, yeah, I'm just making this bigger here. I need to put this over here.
Because I just sent over there on the WhatsApp group Stephen Kerr's event.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm just going to share this thing. Yeah, we do that now in a minute. I just want to share this screen here. This is on Niall's thing there now. And I will send this on to Niall then. Move that over there. Okay. Paul, can you please let Noel come on? Yes, I'm letting Noel come on there now.
Sligo, it's time to stand tall. Say no to mass immigration and the massive new iPass centre proposed for our town. Protect our children's future. Join us this Saturday, 19th July, 3 p.m. at Queen Maeve Square, Sligo Town. Together, we'll make our voices heard. Sligo, it's time to stand tall. Say no.
Never heard of that event.
I heard nothing of it either, but Noel, I'm at to send the link on to Noel there now, so I can come on for a few minutes there, no problem. I forgot Noel had my number. I said I gave him the other number. He already has my other number.
But I never heard anything about it. Didn't even know it was on.
Neither did I. No, I heard nothing. Well, listen, the man will come on himself there now and tell us about it, so that's no problem. And Noel is more than welcome to come on any night. He knows that. I've said that to him before. But politicians got us into this, but only the people can get us out of it. Yeah, I get what you're saying here now. Shamrock Sean is an oxymoron. UN wants the depopulation decreased. Yeah. Fair play, Sligo and Roscommon. Yeah. This is abortion. This is like their wet dream, their eugenics wet dream. Yes. Sarah Louise. Football. The number. Yeah, the number. How are you doing, Noel? How's things, buddy?
Oh, you hear me now?
Oh, hey, Niall, how are you?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so I'll just talk about Sligo because I think you've been on now the show for a while. So I would say Ireland's largest iPass centre is going to be it's almost built now in Sligo town. I've been trying to help them advertise the protest the best I can. I've been posting it all on social media for the past 2 weeks. It probably can hold 1,000 people, and there's 5 buildings, fucking 3 stories high, like 270 car park. They have their own leisure centre. They have play area. It's massive. So the protest this coming. Sorry, Paul?
I spoke about this. I think we spoke about this about 2 weeks ago. Somebody sent it in and we did speak about it, but we didn't know there was a protest.
Yeah, it's protest this Saturday, 19th of July, 3 p.m, Queen Maeve Square in Sligo town. So like we've been advertising it the best we can. Like, I mean, trying to get other people to advertise it because all these small protests need as much support as they can.
Yeah, oh, they do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when you sent it in, I put it straight up. This is the first we've heard about it.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying.
I know.
If the other nationalist crowds, if the Grana Herden crowd don't get a hold of this and push it out, well, then it's not advertised. You know, that sort of way. That's why we advertise everyone here, Noel, you know?
Yeah, I do try and send adverts to all the big, social media influencers, but a lot, like 99% of the time, they just get ignored.
Yeah, exactly. Well, send anything you want in here because we put out everyone's stuff here, John Malloy's stuff and all. They told us not to, but listen, I don't give a shit. Everything goes out here. Everyone needs a voice here, Noel. You know what I mean? That's
they seem to have no problem promoting all the big protests, like in Dublin and in Galway and in Waterford. These so-called approved protests, but the wee small protests in RD and Roscommon and Sligo and Carrickmacross, Castleblaney, they don't get any mentions at all. I don't know. Like I find it very, very strange that some of these big
It
people
is
they
very,
will
very
not
strange. Yeah,
promote
it
these
is.
small protests. Like you say, a lot of people don't know about it. But if some of
Yeah,
the
well,
all they have to do is just
we knew
fucking
nothing.
share a post.
Yeah, well, that's all you need to do. Have you got a poster for this or not like that? I'll put it up on the Twitter as well, and we put it up all over the place.
It's probably on there. They have a Facebook group called Sligo Community Watchdog. It's something in there. Like I created that video you played. I created that myself, and I posted it on Facebook for them, and it's getting shared quite a lot. You know, in that area in Sligo, it should be a good crowd. Like,
well, that's good then. Yeah, but that's good. We'll see. Can we get up there? If we know anyone that can get up to Sligo, we'll put it out there now and hope everyone can get up there. 2:00 is it Saturday?
no,
Queen
three
Mary
o'clock Queen Meave Square this coming Saturday in Sligo town. Like we had a result there in Roscommon. We helped organise. Well, we assisted the protest in Roscommon town there about 10 days ago, 11 days ago. We had a big crowd, like brought about 500 people to Roscommon town. You know, we made it very professional, like brought banners, brought flags. You know, I'll see like the odd person in there saying, "Oh, what's flags going to do?" Well, that iPass centre is now stopped because there was such outpouring of support and anger at what was happening in Roscommon town. People from all over the world were angry. Like people that I worked with when I was in America. A boy that I worked with is from Roscommon town. He's still living in America, and he was like, "Geez, Niall, I saw that protest in Roscommon. Thanks very much." And he was, you know, getting involved and trying to get it stopped. And you know, it's been stopped now. So when you have a highly organised protest and with this clear message, it does work. So people who are saying, "Oh, these protests don't work," they do work. It's just been stopped there a few hours ago.
Well, Ferg is at the posting
Did,
there now.
Niall,
Hang on for a sec, Orla. Ferg just posted. If you ever want anything promoted, send it, Niall. I've no problem helping out anyone. Okay, God bless Aaron Gabra.
Oh yeah, don't to be fair, I don't think I've ever sent it to Ferg. Ferg, I just forgot about you. Sorry, so I will send stuff to you. Good man, thanks.
Send it
Ferg.
on to all of us. Send it on to all of us, and we will promote the shit out of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I said, this is the first we've heard about it, Niall. If you hadn't posted that there now, we'd have known nothing about it.
Yeah, no, it's not easy. A lot of people are just refusing to share it. I don't know because they probably just don't like me for some reason, or whatever. But I'm trying to stop this iPass centre in Sligo.
Exactly.
It's not my
We're
town,
all
but
in
it's
the same boat.
Yeah, there's a bit of that going around, isn't there?
But what
Anyway.
about James Conway? Sure, he's in Sligo, and Amanda Gallagher. They're both in Sligo.
I
Were
don't
they
know.
sharing it? Because they like good platforms.
I don't know.
Amanda's Mayo, isn't she?
No,
she's Sligo.
Is she Sligo as well? Is she? I thought she was Mayo.
Yeah, she is. Because it was actually Mandy who I got the video off. Oh, they're back a few months ago when it was, when it was starting to be built to show the size of it, and we played it here on the show. But it was it was from Mandy's ex that I saw it initially. She had shared some man who'd gone up. I think he was a builder or something. Because you are right, Niall. It is absolutely massive.
Yeah, it's probably I've never seen a bigger one in Ireland. It is probably the biggest iPass centre in Ireland, and it's all these so-called. Like, it really annoys me like that. Those people on social media who are constantly posting about how our small towns in Ireland are getting overwhelmed. When there's an actual protest there to stop it, they won't support the protest.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But then they have no problem then sharing the footage from the protest here of the flags and all that on our speech. No problem doing that. But no, we need the promotion before the protest to get people out there.
Exactly. That's
Anyway.
exactly what we need. Fair play to you anyway, but that's it then again. Queen Maeve Square, Saturday, 3 p.m. If you can make it, people, please get out there. We'll put up a few more. If there's a poster there, and I can get it up on all our social medias later. We've the Irish Column Media and the Ireland Live, and we get it up everywhere. We'll try and get
All
it
right,
up.
sound job. That's grand. Thanks very much.
All right.
See you there.
And you're more than welcome.
Going in Donegal?
Swamped here, probably the highest per capita amount of migrants in Donegal, bar Dublin. We've taken a huge amount because it's madness. My small town in Castlefin is overwhelmed. Like surrounding areas are overwhelmed. It's fucking madness. Letterkenny, Jesus, don't go to Letterkenny. Letterkenny is it called?
There's mosques everywhere, isn't there? Going up, down.
Yeah, like another thing, like with the fourth mosque has got planning approval. Like again, I don't know any. Like I was the only one posting about the mega mosque in Letterkenny. It was fighting. We got it stalled for a year. but they've went in again now, and Board Planana have approved it. And it's right beside like an old monastery from dedicated to St. Colmkill, and it's on the site where a holy well is. So they've got approval now. Like we've stalled them for as long as we can, but they've got approval now for this massive mosque in Letterkenny.
Mm.
And
Everyone
it's
is
going to be
sharing this in the comments here.
on the site of where a holy well is.
Yeah, it's on site. It's like where the mosque is. It's like where they're going to build it. It's about 20 to 50 yards, but it's on like the actual premises. So if you know anything about a construction, or if you're constructing a big building like that, they're going to be driving around on top of the well, and diggers and lorries and whatnot. Yeah, so there you go.
I think the
That's
Spanish
shocking,
and
Niall.
the Spanish and the English have come up with a solution for those mosques, haven't they? I think I've seen a couple of videos on how to deal with them, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Like,
the Highland Radio reported that they found a pig's head, either on the site or right beside it, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw. There's definitely
Loaded
something in what
pig's
the Spanish are doing. It's just
The
something
climate
people should
change, yeah.
consider.
Climate change,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
climate change stuff. Well, I don't promote any violence. Anyway, I'm not into
No,
promoting
neither do
violence.
we. Yeah, neither do we. But it's happening all over Europe, you know what I mean? It is happening, you know what I mean? People are sick
Yeah,
of
well,
it,
like
you know?
I had a live show there at 8 o'clock, and I had a Spanish nationalist on talking about what's happening in Spain. A fella that I known for years, and he was telling me about Spain. Now they're just being overrun as well. Same thing in Ireland.
Yeah.
But he was shocked when I told him about migrants being able to vote after 6 months and able to run elections. He was shocked. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Hey, Niall, what do you mean? What do you mean after 6 months? I'd say a week after they get off the boat, they're allowed to vote.
Yeah,
probably. Probably right there.
Mm.
Look, Paul. Hey, I'll let you go. Anyway, thanks very much. It's 11:30. I have a few things to do here too before I go to bed.
No problem, mate. No problem. I'll talk to you whenever I talk to you again. Okay,
Thanks,
but you're
Niall.
more than
Bye-bye.
welcome.
All right, see you later. How do I get out of it? Just
Cheers,
kick
mate.
me out there,
Talk.
Paul, will you?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Actually, just speaking of this, it's only a couple of seconds long, Paul. Go in and you'll see a video of like a boat.
Video of a boat. Hold on.
Yeah, a video of a boat. Yeah. That's unbelievable about that Sligo. Like, none of us knew anything about that.
No. There's no video of a boat there.
It is, or like a, yeah, it's definitely there.
Hold on.
There's a load of them on it. I think I might have put Greece underneath it because that's where it happened.
I'm going to jump off. Thanks for having me on your midweek show.
No problem. No problem.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you Sunday night, Martin. Thanks
Nice.
very much. Oh, no, it's not there, Orla. It's not there.
Hold on.
No. Hold on. Something else. Go on, Martin. I'll drop you out. Fergus Power, Susan Hayes, thank you for your kind words and God bless you, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to finish up now in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Now, Paul.
Did you send it on there? Did you send it on to me there?
Yes.
Hang on.
Where's Greece underneath it? Radio Geneva.
Oh, man. Orla, you said a video. You didn't say...
I said it was the thing. I said it was Greece.
Yeah, I had that downloaded already, Orla. I have it here. Greece.
Reportaż mamy.
Yeah, that's...
You go now. Don't see any women or children.
No, you won't either. No, you won't either.
And I'm sure there is police there to be, checking them for passports and vetting them and making sure they are who they are, that they're doctors and engineers, I'm sure
No,
that's all been done.
I wouldn't say so on it.
Mm.
I'm gonna drop you down there now. I'm gonna
Okay.
try a little
Where's
thing
Chris?
tonight here.
Chris, you have to come in. And anyway, and we'll say good night from Angel. Look.
Good night and God bless. We'll talk to you in a few minutes. Go on, talk to
Okay.
you.
Good night.
Right, thanks all. It's been emotional. I'll make myself bigger there now. And what I'm going to do is tonight, I'm going to spice it up now tonight. I'm going to do like what we used to do in RTA years ago. Do you know? Remember years ago we used to have the national anthem. So yeah, I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, listen, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm just going to make myself smaller here. And I'm just going to play us out here with the national anthem. So.